gentlemen, and welcome to the Zone Challengers Cup 6 community stream. I am Kamika, and I'm joined on this awesome occasion by that one guy, TG.
Yes, sir, indeed. And we should have a pretty good matchup on our hands here. We've got Valence Esport versus Atmosphere, in general, should be seeing how this gets going. Going to be a top 32 matchup. So, these teams kind of been fighting it out a little bit now. We'll see where they continue from here.
Yeah, for those of you that need a little bit of background on these teams, Valence is this 20th seed. They've been doing a pretty good job all season long so far on the previous cups. They've got Azura's Anarchy, who has been killing it this season. Hats off to her. As well as Crooked, we've seen a lot of these players on Valence doing great things, and not just this COD, but previous CODs. And then they're going to be going up against Atmosphere, who is the 84th seed. The only person I really recognize fully, from my experience, TG, is Mazo, and he's been on some pretty good teams at the mid-level and done some good things on those. So should be curious to see how they go up against Valence.
Yeah, I would kind of agree with that. For me, the side of the Atmosphere team, I don't really know a whole lot about. The other side, look at Valence, and I've seen what they can do here and there. I haven't necessarily seen them play a whole lot, but in terms of names, in terms of what I have been able to witness, definitely a solid team for them. I would have to give them the advantage overall a little bit here, but you know what? Upsets. I've seen some great games, and you know what? Challengers. That's what it's all about.
Absolutely right. We've been seeing a lot of upsets all season with the challengers. Call it whatever you want. But yeah, ladies and gentlemen, we do have some maps. We've got Bocage, Desert Siege, followed by Tuscan, and if we need them, Berlin, and then Tuscan. Those are the maps that are set by default by the league, and we'll be playing them in that order.
Yeah, definitely, and it's going to be interesting to see. Definitely, Bocage. I mean, it's a map just that I feel like 75% of any game's best of fives really start off with. It's a really nice one to get warm, to get into the groove of things. Just to, make sure you're all warmed up into the rest of the series. Really.
Yeah, this is going to be quite an interesting series. As we know, like Bocage, you just get stuck in, kill everyone in sight. It's just gunfight city. And there's not really a whole lot of too much to dissect the teams from each other until I would say towards the end, or at least the end half of the second rotation. So in the beginning, we're going to be getting acquainted with how good these teams are at just killing each other, and then as the game goes on, we're going to start to see how much they can separate from each other when it comes down to crunch time, when the going really does get tough. But ladies and gentlemen, before we get going with this game, I want to give some big fat shout outs to these sponsors that we've got. We've got Chicago Knights and TNL Gaming sponsoring the stream right now. And go ahead while we're still waiting for this game to get started and give them some love because they're helping make this whole thing possible. And also, TG, we've got some land news. Go ahead and tell everyone about the land that's coming up.
Yes, sir. E-Zone got a New York land coming on up. A $4,000 prize, 44 CDL style bracket there. They also got some prize going on. 4 gaming chairs from GT Omega, 1 E-Zone jersey for the MVP from Sector 6, and also got a $1,000 2v2 S&D tournament going on there. They also have some PlayStation 5 giveaways presented by Gamers Club as well. So all around good time.
Yeah, that's pretty awesome. I'm not gonna lie, that's a whole lot of prizes packed into one event, and it's always going to be a good event because Esports Zone, they are notorious for putting on amazing events. If you want to sign up, get your pass today. Go to esportszonemedia.com, and you just heard the voicer perform, maybe I think. And so on that note, they didn't. But speaking of Reform, we're going to be handing things over to our analysts. You know them, you love them, Reform and Shane Thor. Take it away, guys.
All right, so I'm covering this T32 match alongside Reform, Kamika, and TG. I played Jet, Anarchy, and Bindi in the first cup, so know what these guys can do. Known Andrew for a while too. Definitely say that these guys are favored coming to this match, especially as the 20 seed, I believe you said. But Woo Slime actually went to our Kansas lane, and they did pretty well there. I believe they got third.
Yes, they did.
So they'll definitely put up a pretty good fight in this match.
Yeah, like Shane mentioned before, Team Valence coming in here. They are C20th, and that's going to be Anarchy, Jet, Bandy, and Crooked. I got to agree with Shane. I got Team Valence taking this. I think the players on the side of Team Valence are a bit more experienced, maybe a bit more talented in this current Call of Duty. especially Andrew Cookett. You know, I've been seeing him since Cold War. I've been seeing what he's capable of lately, both online and LAN, and you know, big fan of him. So I'm expecting a really good gameplay from both teams here, Shane.
Yeah, definitely interested to see how Slime and them do. I'm not sure how long they've been teaming, so they definitely could have more chem than we might anticipate if they've been teaming for a while. But I know at least Bindi, Anarchy, and Jet have pretty much been teaming this whole game, so they're gonna have a lot of chem. And I think they've had Crooked on their team for at least a month or two now as well. So definitely been together for a while. But I know Yos and Slime at least play a lot of S&D together, so. I honestly might even favor them in the S&D, but we'll see when we get there.
Yeah, definitely. And speaking of these teams, the lobby is almost ready to go. I think we're just waiting on one more person. So on that note, I'm just gonna send it over to a short little break, and we'll get right back into this game. Thank you very much, guys.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back. If you're just now tuning in, you are turning in at a great time because Valence C20 is about to take on Atmosphere C84 for a T32 in Challengers Cup number 8. I'm joined by TG.
Yes, sir, and right off the bat, we're going to get into some action here. It's going to be Atmosphere getting some of this time now as they take a brief lead, though, you know, again, it's definitely very early, but P1 is one that should definitely be one of the scrappier hills in this map, though all of them really can turn into very, very scrappy time. But for right now, it's going to be Slime locking down one, trying to get the second, but the car explosion going to be helping to take him down. And, well, just like that, it's going to be Valence there. They get some time now going in their way.
And they've also got the spawns as well. Atmosphere, that's a little bit of a tough loss to get early on, but it's still early on enough to where they can totally come back from this, as there is Anarchy. Land on the law in the middle of the in the middle of the map, though. Oh my goodness, with the stun grenade as well as the gun. But unfortunately, her grenades can also kill her. So.
Yeah, the self-kill, unfortunately, not necessarily the greatest, but it's going to be Andy now that's going to be chilling by the P2. Locks down 2 kills. Going to be picking up some time as well. As Angel comes along, and well, there you go. Yeah, another victim. Yas, is he going to go in the sight line? Oh, just tempting fate ever so very much. They're just feeding him kills.
Yeah, you've still got Crooked holding down the middle of the map pretty nicely. That's the main avenue that I'll be worried for Atmosphere to break this objective from. But Valence is doing a pretty good job of holding them at a distance. Angel in one of the most prime positions for his team at the current moment because he's trying to keep the people off the objective. Literally, you see as soon as Valence tries to get on the objective with one of their ARs, he's just ripping them off. And this has forced Valence to pull more people away from the objective than they want. And now Atmosphere able to get a take. It's better late than never, TG.
Yes, sir, they are able to get some of this time now. 15 seconds left of roughly scrap time. Number 2 maybe here to challenge it briefly, but really the attention's got to go to the next kill. Got to go to the third point, the third objective. And Anarchy can't quite get that kill, but Jet is there for the trade. And with that, the last few seconds going the way of Valence, but Atmosphere trying to fight onto the P2, but it's still going to be a battle.
Yeah, Atmosphere are finally going to clear out their spawn. Bindi and good old Crooked unable to hold off the storm until the rest of their players are able to get onto it, but Valence, they are going to start getting onto the objective. Unfortunately, unable to get the spawns. Jet is trying to get back a nice cutoff point so that the spawn loss is not that big of a deal. You see, they're starting to get onto the objective now, and Jet is just trying to make sure that nobody gets up close and personal. Anarchy trying to get it up and give him some help, but Angel going to be taking her down, so... yeah, Valence still looking pretty good, despite the fact that they didn't get the good rotation, TG.
Yeah, still, definitely. And Mazo right now is going to be on the sill, just sort of chilling. Maybe a little bit of a peek, a little bit of eye line, sort of some information of where some of these players are. Go for the challenge to Jet. Can't quite get it done, but the trade is right there and very, very quick. Anarchy, though, able to find one. That's going to be Angel that hops on. Now Angel gets that last say. Give me the point. The last few seconds going to the way of Atmosphere. It's going to be Valence, though. They're going to be set up somewhat around the barn position, though. Atmosphere definitely have a little bit of a path through the front, but that gap very much closed.
Yeah, I like how Valence is so attentive to this bottom part of the map. There you go, Jet getting another 2 kills in a row, and just like that, Atmosphere's woes are compounding. They have lost all of their players alive right now. Mazo gonna have to wait for the rest of his teammates to respawn. Jet even further destroying people. He's got 4 kills in a row with just the pistol. They're still trying to kill him, trying to throw some stuns, trying to find some way possible to end Jet's murder spree on this objective, and he will be getting another one with the pistol. There you go, Jet. 1 off of streaks.
Yeah, say everything but the preferred weapon on this map is what Jet's been able to get. A lot of kills, you know, the AR, the pistol, definitely doing some damage and definitely having a major impact. Valence, I mean, they've had a majority of this hill, like, it just Atmosphere just could not touch it for the longest time. Eventually they get a few seconds, but Balance, I mean, the brief seconds that they kind of let go, they take it right on back and they start to push up for the next hill as well, though Atmosphere with the control for right now, they really probably need to hold this hill just like Valence was able to do in the last one.
Yeah, Atmosphere, what they're really trying to avoid right now, TG, is exactly what Crooked is trying to do. Run right up behind them and break them from behind. And then after that, you basically got no control over the map. It's where all their map control is coming from. It's where they're spawning at. And so Atmosphere, they pretty much lost a lot of ground here, I'm going to be honest. This time going into midair is going to be also benefiting Valence a lot more because they've got the lead currently. And so Atmosphere, this is time that they need if they want to get back into the game, especially with how contestable these upcoming hills are.
Yeah, definitely in Atmosphere. Some time, definitely going to them. The second set of rotations, though, us just over the horizon. Yos, I mean, making a push from the back end. It's going to be roughly there, but Jet, I mean, just a monstrous player to go up against, and really Valence looking like they're starting to heat up a little bit. I mean, Jet maybe 14 and 12, but he's been going on some massive streaks, Vanity as well. For right now, Crooked at the top. Finding one, just sort of securing some of this time around, just sort of jumping around. That's all this map really is. It just comes down to just you flying forward and just can you take these kills just with quick reactions.
I do want to highlight one person for Atmosphere in particular, Angel. He just died right there, TG, but on that tank heady towards P2, he's been laying down the law. He's been able to break his team in against Valence on that avenue multiple times. So definitely an AR you gotta be watching out for. One of the only players on his team that is actually positive right now. And if he can get a little bit more help, say, in those situations, I can definitely see Atmosphere putting themselves together some good lane controls, transitioning that into some good hill time as well.
Definitely, though, Valence has this P1 so far in good position for themselves. A lot of time going to them. Bandit going to be the one on the hill. The rest of the team really just going to be locking out Atmosphere, because they're all going to be in the back grannies. And they have to push on up. They don't really have any control over P2 whatsoever. It's going to be Valence to start to rotate on over, and Bandy's going to be the one that starts to make some noise with those 2 kills, though Angel will find the kill. So the trades are somewhat there. Crooked, seeing some players around the barn location. Atmosphere, though, able to break on in, which I was a little bit surprised they were able to do so, but nonetheless, Valence still fighting on back with their spawns.
Yeah, Valence haven't really lost firm control yet, but Slime might be able to change that. Does kill Jet in the back, causing a lot of chaos for Valence to come back to. They've got to make sure that they get Slime out the back, but holding very strong in the back is going to be Slime. This might be a really good break coming out from Atmosphere, one of the first one we've seen them do early on. I was about to say early on, but now I think about it, TG, this is exactly where they were at in the last 20 seconds of this objective, so Atmosphere, they are making good breaks, but it's coming a little bit later than they honestly would have liked, and it's costing them a lot of time. Valence has been getting 40 seconds off of these rotations, whereas Atmosphere has been getting 20, and that's something you gotta really flip if you're gonna come back up against your opponents when they've got almost double your score.
Yeah, I mean, I have to agree with you there, Slime. I mean, that was a great play, but just a little bit slower than you want for sure. Just slightly slower setups than really what Valence has been able to get together and put together. Though currently on this hill, it is going to be Atmosphere that has some control, but Valence is starting to break them down a little bit. They will get some control. And there you go, a nice little wipe goes their way. Atmosphere going to be spawning on out, so Valence, they have some time to get some setups and get ready for the next advance from Atmosphere.
And you've been talking about these slow setups, and I agree with you, TG. Their setups have been a little bit slow in the making, and on a map this small and with this reputation, that just doesn't necessarily work a whole lot of the time. And we're seeing the team as aggressive and getting in your face as Valence. You see Crooked, he's just going for kills. This map is pretty much a TDM map, even though it's a hard point, just by how fast you can get back into gunfights after dying. So Atmosphere, I feel like they do need to pick up the pace, as you said, TG. They have gotten to the next objective pretty nicely, and they've got some good overall map control, but they need to make sure that nobody gets in through the top and kills Slime, and now he's going to be a little bit found by himself.
Yeah, Jet just going to be chilling the AR enhancer, watching over mid, going to be crossing on over. The contest is there. So Atmosphere start to hop on off a little bit, start to really just more or less focus on the sides, but they're not really quite able to do so. So now time just ticks on up. For Valence there, they're about to cross a 200-point mark. Atmosphere at 115 at the moment, and it's starting to look like a very dire, very lonely situation inside of Atmosphere as we start to head into what could be sort of the last few hills, the last few rotations.
That's starting to look like dire straits for Atmosphere. They've still got a lot of potential, but Jet trying to stop it in its tracks. He's got another one in Mazo. He's on a 5 streak, and now he is going to get his first streak of the game, ladies and gentlemen. And not at a moment too soon. We're going into one of the most beneficial hills for streaks. It's right out in the middle of the open. He can totally go and get these spawns as well, because Atmosphere, they're not set up for this. They've only got Angel in the back, and granted, he does a pretty good job on his own, and he does catch Jet mid-mantle, so that could be a good moment for them, TG, to get this rotation, but you've still got to take into account that when Jet comes back, he's going to be coming back with streaks.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, Jet was looking pretty good. I think his first mantle just kind of failed and was just sort of that kind of costed him his life there. But, you know, Atmosphere, yeah, a good hill for them right now, but they still have a ways to go, you know? Valence, they can afford to let Atmosphere get a decent hill here. Right now, Bandy on the hunt for one. There's going to be another one in the back, and Valence is going to be on this hill. Bandy sees two. The call is there, even though the death come through.
Yeah, Crooked trying to get back on this objective for his team. 30 seconds is all that is necessary for them to win. And so now I'm starting to think, TG, Crooked, he's in a good position to deny the rotation through to his teammates' spawns, but it's not really going to be something that's worth fighting for in that capacity. I would say he was in a tough position to get out of, though, so I don't blame him for that. Now, Valence, they find themselves 30 seconds left in the game. Slime trying to bust his way through the spawns the hard way, because that was where they were initially spawning and still spawning now. We're starting to see Valence get in some really up-heavy positions, trying to get as much time off this P1 as they can, add insult to injury to Atmosphere. And yeah, it's looking pretty good for them so far to take this W. Only 20 seconds remain before we see Valence take the first map.
Yeah, we've reached the point where Atmosphere just need to go, go, go. There's no real time to form a huge setup. At least if you do, it has to be absolutely perfect at this point, as the P2 kind of looms overhead. Valence sort of holding on to this the P1 control. Still not that much time left that they are going to need to get a win. Atmosphere, they have to hold out on the P1. They have to go to a P2, and they'd have to go to a P3, which is very much a tall ask, because again, this map is so scrappy, and we've seen it be very, very scrappy. We've seen these teams be able to break in at points in this game, but it just a whole lot of Valence just soaking up the time in the P2 with it ticking on up, moving overhead. Now no one's in control in Atmosphere. They've got to make a move.
Yeah, but Crooked is going to catch him in the best move they could have possibly made. Angel trying to put his life on the line once again, but gets caught by a plethora of Valence players. 4 seconds is all that is necessary, and no one can touch for Atmosphere except for Slime, but it is going to be a very short-lived contest. Valence will be taking the first map of the series.
Yes, and a good one at that for them. I mean, really, it started off, I think, with both teams on fairly even footing, but again, like what we were sort of said at the beginning of this map, sort of in the breakdown a little bit, this map just really comes down to getting all warmed. It gets all like if you're a little bit cold, this is the map that, you know, really puts everyone into form. And we saw it toward the later half, like what you said, sort of like seeing the gaps in the performance sort of start to split off for the second half of the map.
Yeah, TG, it was, like I say, in the beginning, it's all about determining who can do a pretty good job in the gun skill department, but later on in the game, we started to see things come about, not just because people were winning their gunfights. It was, yeah, that map is mostly about gunfights, not gonna lie, but towards the end there, we still saw Valence thoroughly out-rotating their opponents, having better overall cohesion in certain areas, and especially towards the end, when the going got tough, we see teams usually fall into 2 categories. They either try to push as a team, and they try and rely on each other's abilities to supplement their own, or they do sort of what I like to call the optic treatment, and they all go into their own individual bases, and they try and do stuff on their own, like, oh, I'm a great player, I gotta make something happen for my team, instead of trying to make something happen together as a team. And so, yeah, a lot of individual pushes coming at the end of the game for good old Atmosphere, and that's something that, if we're going into search and destroy and eventually the rest of these respawns, that's the thing that's worrying me the most.
Yes, sir. And with that being said, let's send it over to the analysts as they break down that map and maybe what the future holds as well.
Yes, thank you very much, TG and Comica. So as we saw right there, the end of map 1, Valence took it as me and Shane predicted. Honestly, Shane, I don't really think anything stood out to me that much. I mean, mostly all the players on the side of Valence, you know, they were all doing their thing. Pretty much performed as we expected. Over on the side of GG Atmosphere, I mean, you do want to see, I believe it was Yos, he was struggling a bit. You know, maybe if he could pick it up a bit, because they didn't look that bad in the beginning. Shane, where do you think it went downhill for GG Atmosphere?
Yeah, so I have a few points here. Jet did a really good job on like the P3 to P4 rotation over on that right side of the map. He got a few kills, ended up going on a kill streak. And that kind of was a turning point. They were only up by like 10, and I think that they ended up being up by like 50 by the end of that hill. So that was really their first big push for a lead, and they kind of just maintained that lead the rest of the game. And then a few other points. Atmosphere, they were like first on rotation and had a good setup for both P3 and P4 of the second rotation, and they were only down by like 50 points. So if they had a decent hold, they could have got back in both those scenarios, but they pretty much just got broken instantly. So I think it's a bit more of a maybe slaying issue, because even when they were set up in those spots, they really just couldn't capitalize on it. And again, it really just shows that like other than Angel, no one else on their team was really keeping up in the slaying department. So in the future respawns, definitely want to see them step that up a little bit, but I'd honestly favor Yo, Slime, and them, or at least Atmosphere, to take this S&D. So we'll see what happens after this map.
Yeah, no, Yo Slime with them definitely some big S&D. S&D is definitely one of their favorite
Mhm.
game modes. Yeah, I mean on the side of the hard point, the rotations didn't look that bad, honestly. GG Atmosphere was coming off on the better end of some of those rotations early on in the game. So you know, you do want to, maybe if one or two of them could just step it up in the slaying department, keep up those rotations. You know, we might have a series on here depending on how this S&D goes. But with that being said, the S&D is starting to count down. So with that being said, I'm gonna send it right back to our casters so they could start breaking down this search and destroy for you guys.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Me and TG about to break down the search and destroy. TG, we were talking before this game even started about how much you absolutely hate Desert Siege. Can you explain a little bit why you think this is a bad map?
It just so wide open for me, at least from I'm gonna be honest, from an inexperienced player. You know, pretty much like it just, there's so many angles to watch and so many spots that you can sort of crouch behind and just sort of get an eye line of absolutely everything. It does become a little bit annoying, but you know, overall these players, we'll see how they end up playing it on out. It really comes a battle of the mid and at least one or two of the lane overlooking spots. But as we head into this one, it does look like that bomb going to be on the opposite side of the map of Mazo here, as he's just going to be chilling, start to work his way over. Yos is going to find that first blood, though.
Yeah, I was most worried about Angel. I saw that he was a little bit isolated from the rest of his teammates, especially with where they were looking. But the longer this has been going on, TG, the more Atmosphere realizes, especially with how much they can see over B, like you said, that it is probably going to be an A hit. Bandy getting a nice snipe onto Yost, but you still got someone being very up close and personal with you. You got Angel. Bandy gonna try and give some help, and he does very well. Coming around the side, though, is gonna be Slime. Up close and personal as it gets, but Valence, they hold strong in their nice Testudo formation. They pushed up pretty far into their opponent's area, but after a certain amount of time, they just stopped, and their opponents ran right up into them, TG. What do you think about that?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, you had the sniper presence from Bandy there, just eliminating at least two players off that map. Like, just once that happens, Atmosphere, they're put in a very, very tricky situation if they're going to look to retake that map. And Valence, I mean, they knew that. They capitalized on that. You know, they got the few kills around this site, and all of a sudden they just knew that we just need to turn a little bit over to our right side, and we have everything absolutely covered that needs to be.
Yeah, Atmosphere, I think they could have definitely done a lot better if they hadn't pushed right up into Valence's hold-up position, especially since they were so close and able to help each other so easily like that. It was a 4v2 situation, obviously could have been done a little bit better. Crooked and the guys trying to keep control over the main building, the fortress, as I personally like to call it, and Vandy going to be able to catch Angel around the side. Yo's trying to get up inside the building, but he's going to be able to get away, and yeah, as soon as anyone really tries to go in there, Valence, they kept themselves alive. They got the intel they needed to find the players as they exited the building, and they turned it into a kill box, as you can see here.
Yeah, it's just been really, really quick engagement for the side of Valence versus Atmosphere, at least for these first few rounds here, the first two rounds, I guess. It's been like a little bit of just sort of seeing like, hey, where are these players at? And then all of a sudden, just Valence and Atmosphere just go head to head, and it's just been Valence coming out on top so far. You see Crooked at 4-0 right now. You see Bandy at 3-3. Just the two players going off in individual rounds here, but with that Atmosphere, they just have not had a response.
It's been pretty indomitable with the sniper rifle. Angel, his counter long lane watcher, hasn't really been able to do too much, but Yost able to do a good job inside of the fortress and get a solid trade out. But at the end of the day, Valence has gotten more kills than them and now has good control over the site.
And Bandy going for the chow with the sniper. Instead, Angel will find his teammate, but Bandy, a little peek comes on through the sliver, the crack, pixels. But eventually Bandy will get taken care of as the teammate that comes around for the side that gets the fast last kill, the final word.
Yeah, Atmosphere, I do want to give them some credit despite the fact that they haven't won a single round yet, TG. They've been getting better on the defenses about trying to run into positions where their opponents are obviously cleanly set up. And so, yeah, they allowed Azura's Anarchy to come right up into their wheelhouse and kill her pretty much without any player from Valence able to get the trade out kill, so that's a good moment for them. The unfortunate thing is they just made themselves slightly too apparent to Bandy. Literally 1 pixel is enough for Bandy to get the game right back into their favor.
Yeah, now it's gonna be Jet looking overhead a little bit. I think he sees some players, and guess that call gets a little bit of the read here. We're on Valence now for the retake, and the bomb's gonna be planted. Crooked coming around. There's gonna be no one around with the bomb site, and just working their way around to everyone in the back, and there you go. Crooked opens up with a nice little pick. Teammates going for some challenges as well as Atmosphere all hunkered down in the back, but Crook, he's going to be coming around, hunting down absolutely no fear. But eventually will go down. The rest of the teammates are here. Pick up the scraps.
Yeah, Atmosphere, that was a really good setup, but the fact that they weren't able to win their ones in the back, and a bunch of individual ones, especially up against Crooked, was the major thing that let them down in that round. They had the full frontal assault on lockdown. Nobody could have broken it from the front, and that's why you saw Azura's Anarchy and Crooked come in around the side and do some damage like that. But the unfortunate thing, TG, is that they didn't have enough common sight lines, and they weren't close enough together to get those trade-out kills, and even when they tried, it was too late. Crooked anticipated it, and it's just a really good play from Crooked, and as soon as he died, Anarchy was also in a great position to finish what he had started, and by that moment, Atmosphere's setup had completely collapsed.
Yes, and well, it appears that the game is having some issues. Don't really know if that's a team thing. Don't really know if that's a game thing. But with that, I think, I mean, overall, I mean, this map for the most part has been really just been the Crooked and Bandy show with the two other teammates just being able to get those trades and being able to, you know, eventually sort of avenge their teammate when it's finally needed.
Yeah, that is a great point, TG. Valence, pretty much every single attacking round have been getting relegated down to just Crooked and Bandy. But especially in the first round, that was so impressive. They literally did a 4v2 just by hunkering down in on themselves. And so, yeah, they played their opponent's aggression against them. Atmosphere, they just kept solo challenging every single time. And that's, again, something that I was very worried about coming out of the last hardpoint. We saw at the end when things got stressful for them, they started taking matters in their own hands and solo challenging the Valence players, who are obviously working very well together as a team, able to get each other's trades out and cover each other very well to avoid having to get the trade. So yeah, TG, it appears that my biggest worry was pretty spot on.
Yeah, definitely. And I think for right now, I don't really know what the plan is, to be completely honest with you. But we are going to be getting the lobby reset up. But until we get back to this map, we're going to go to a quick little bit of a break. And when we return, well, we'll be back in the Desert Siege S&D. Welcome back, everybody. We got the Cup. We got Challengers Cup community stream presented by Esports Media. We're going to be getting into this. It'll be Valence versus Atmosphere. It's going to be me, TG, and Kamiko right now coming at you as we head into this S&D after a little bit of a technical issue, but we're back into it.
Yeah, currently the score, despite the 0-0, is going to be 4-0 into the hands of Valence. So they are very close to winning this game. That's a good pick onto Azura Anarchy, but just as we saw when Atmosphere tried to do this on the attack, TG, Valence has a very strong setup, and they're making sure that they don't get flanked in a similar way. So you got Crooked at the top of the map, and as soon as anybody from Atmosphere tries to go for the bomb, he's going to spring into action.
Yeah, just like that, Angel left alone, a 1v2 situation. The sniper in hand, and where there you go, the glint is out, the nade or the stun, not quite going, I think, where they wanted it to, but nonetheless, Valence, they have the sight lines, they were able to watch that section, and it's a tough one to come out alive, and with that, it's going to be Valence now up in a 5-0 lead, because again, beforehand, we were in this map before, it was 4-0, if you're just joining us now, which is a little bit of a technical issue. So now, I mean, Valence in prime position to take this S&D pretty handedly.
Yeah, they literally could not be in a better position right now, TG. 5-0. Atmosphere, they've literally got to get the full sale in order to come back in this. And they've been getting better and better on the defenses up until the last round, I gotta say that, because they were so used to their opponents coming to A that they were sort of ready for that. But as soon as Valence went to B, could pick up by them in order to do that. They just weren't ready for it at all. And now Atmosphere, they seem a little bit not so ready for anything that their opponents are doing. Good trades coming out left, right, and center. But this time, actually, TG, Valence are being on the aggressive, and it's not working out too well for them.
It will be Jet that finds one. There's going to be a few more players around. This bomb will be planted on the A site. So now it's going to be on Valence to get this rotation going. We'll have to see. As Jet pushes forward. It's going to be one over to his right. Doesn't quite catch it. And now it's going to be Bandy that's just chilling in spawn, you know, having a good time. Maybe just chilling with the pistol in hand. Atmosphere. Are they going to get this pick? Are they going to get this elaborate read? I don't really know.
Well, TG, I guess he just accidentally lagged out of the game by accident. But either way,
yeah, accidentally lagged out of the game.
Accidentally lagged out of the game, yeah. But either way, TG, it would have been a tough position for Bandy to come back from. Granted, he's been in situations like that in previous rounds where he's had, you know, worse numbers up against him, like similar ratios. It was like a 4v2 that he was able to win with Crooked by his side, and he was a big part of that as well. So I can't totally say whether or not he would have been able to make the comeback, but when you're lagging out, it's impossible. We'll leave it at that.
Yeah, I mean, when you have no internet connection, it is physically impossible for you to come back. That is for sure. But I mean, in general, overall, still Atmosphere at least able to get a win on the board here. You know, they aren't going home at the very least, you know, 6-0 fashion. We're going to be setting up the lobby once again. And, you know, we'll have to see if maybe the shakeup changes up the pace of Valence and sort of allows Atmosphere to maybe make that comeback happen, though it'd have to be a very, very, very good S&D from this point forward from them.
Yeah, this would have to be like a search and destroy like we've never seen before. It would have to be such a big tale of two halves, TG. I'm prepared for it. I honestly want to see it. I always root for the underdogs in these type of situations. And while we are still waiting for this to get going, I'm curious to see what Shane and Reform think about the situation. Is it hopeless, or is there a potential for a comeback?
I gotta be honest with you. I think it's absolutely hopeless. I think it's absolutely hopeless. I mean, they're up what, 5-1. It should have been 6-0 honestly if Bandy didn't lag out. I know me and Shane probably had the worst prediction of 2022.
Yeah, horrible
so
reads
far.
out of us.
Yeah, very horrible
though.
read out of us.
Yeah.
We thought it was going to go the distance.
I feel like Desert's the worst map for them to play though. I'll roll it back a little bit because these guys play wagers and tourneys, and there's no Desert Siege for a lot of that at least. So yeah, no, they're fine. They're fine. Yeah.
And maybe they pull up the full sale reverse sweep right now. But with that being said, loading it back up into the game now, and yeah, we're gonna send it back to our casters for this what should be the last round of Search and Destroy.
Yeah, TG, and I'm gonna have to agree with Reform. I didn't want to say it. I always want to try and seem unbiased as possible as a caster, but I don't think it requires too much bias to say that Valence, based on what we've seen so far, are likely to win this.
Yeah, you won't say it yourself. Instead, you make others say it for you, basically.
Right.
But yeah, we'll be getting right into this right off the bat, though. Jet with the first blood. It's gonna be Atmosphere now, life disadvantage, and was a very crucial match for them. And well, there you go, Crooked with another. An Atmosphere now stuck in a 2v4. The bomb gonna be looking like it's gonna be planned on that ace site, at least around it. It's gonna be on Atmosphere for the retake.
Wow, look at this. Look at this realization from Valence as well. They go for the... Oh my god. I hope they realize that Mazo's on the defuse right now. Slime covering him. There's no way. There's absolutely no way. He got it right underneath the nose of Valence. I was about to give them so much credit for realizing their opponents were on the flank and taking the spawn, but clearly that wasn't the reason, TG. They had no idea that Mazo and Slime were coming around the back, and they totally pulled one over on them. Even if they don't win, that is a good showing.
I didn't even realize that was happening until you mentioned it. Like, I was looking like at the screen, looking at all the little, the dots over the heads, and I was like, wait, I see one player. It says it's a 2v4. Where's the other one? Turns out they were on the bomb, and just like that. Atmosphere, I mean, stay alive for another round, still have a ways to go, but I mean, maybe there's some hope if you're winning rounds like that.
Well, you just gotta... The main issue for Atmosphere is that they lost so much in the beginning of the round. Valence are just getting kills without any trades going the other direction. There it is again. Crooked gonna be killing Slime. No response at all. And granted, I think it's smart on Mazo in this situation to be doing that. He's trying to make sure that he can keep his position without being too well known. And maybe Valence will push themselves into unadvantageous positions, but you've also got to worry about Azura's Anarchy coming around the back and totally frying Angel. Now it's a 2v4 again, TG.
Yeah, I mean, these rounds have been really coming down to the same sort of storyline here. Atmosphere, going down in a 2v3 situation, 2v4 situation, really right off the bat or right after the first engagements. And now we see Mazo left alone. The clutch needs to be there, just popping on out. But it's going to be Crooked that gets the last and final word. And Valence will be taking this one home for the map 2, 6-2 as the final scoreline for this map.
Yeah, I do want to give a little bit of credit to the side of Atmosphere. Clearly you and Shane agree that this is not the best map for Search and Destroy, and the fact that they are usually a pretty good Search and Destroy team, probably not the most easiest thing to discern from this map, but either way, you gotta play the hand that you're dealt. It's in the rotation, so you gotta be at least somewhat good at it. And so, unfortunately, they will be going down at 2-0 now in the series, and before we get into this next match, we're going to get the lobby set up, and we'll be going to a quick break, I do believe.
Welcome, everybody, to the Challengers Cup community stream presented by Ezone Media. For just joining us now, we are going to be heading into the map 3. It is going to be Control versus Valence and Atmosphere. I am TG, joined by Kamika as we get into the action.
Yeah, it's been a non-stop shop all the way to victory so far for Team Valence in that Search and Destroy as well. It was a 6-2 victory in the Search and Destroy. And the hardpoint, they looked pretty dang convincing in that one as well, TG. I do have to give it to Atmosphere. They're starting it off pretty hot with a good little bit of gaining of control over B and the spawn as well, so this might be their mode.
Yeah, Atmosphere so far picking up some time, just stopping the clock, possibly gaining some time. As Yost is just going to be chilling on this objective. Will get picked away though, and there you go, just like that. Valence, they come on in saying, oh, the B site, we gotta keep control over that, and they are able to do so. They stop some of that progress from B. So the second tick, not quite able to come on through, but the first tick on A, the first tick on B right off the start, not a bad thing to achieve.
Oh, and they catch Azura's Anarchy coming around the back. That is a huge kill because now all of the attention from Valence has to come from the front. Crooked going to get some good control over the middle of the map with that kill onto Mazo. He was another key player that I was worried could cause some issues for his opponents. But either way, no one going to be stopping this A take. And with how far back Valence is into their spawn, we could definitely see Atmosphere push in and bully them around and flip things out a little bit, TG.
Yeah, now it's going to be Slime. Trying to push on up. There's gonna be Anarchy there to the side. Sorry, no, it's gonna be Angel. There's too many A's for me to picture. But for right now, I mean, Mazo gets picked away, and this B site is gonna be so far held on to from the side of Valence. It's gonna be Jet that pushes on up.
Yeah, this is always the most difficult position for any attacking team, TG. When you get it down to just B, the defenders are going to be hunkered in around the most defendable objective in the entirety of the map. So, yeah, it's going to be a difficult situation for Atmosphere to break this, especially with how divided they are from each other. This is another thing that I was saying that they need to work on, TG, is how divided they are from each other. Although Angel's doing a pretty good job by himself, the rest, they're giving up a lot of free kills, and eventually, if the time doesn't run out, they could be finding themselves down on lives without any real map control gained.
Yeah, I mean, really with the setup the side of Valence had, it came down to Atmosphere. Like, they're able to push on up, but they lose so much manpower on their push, and by the time they don't really have the numbers to really fully push and commit to a hill take. I mean, we see Jet there, just sort of chilling, able to find a kill there. These kills coming on through eventually, though. Atmosphere trying to make their way forward, but it just has not been able to happen for them. It's just been the side of Valence just locking down the angles that they need to.
Yeah, again, their pushes, they basically have no substance. You get one guy in, you get one kill, great, but as soon as you die, the rest of your teammates, they need to be in a position where they can push into the space that you gained. Although, we do see Valence starting to run out of lives, but Atmosphere running out of time. They've got some good holistic control over the objective, and they can definitely get in here. It's a very key moment for Azura's Anarchy. Gonna lose a big fight with Angel is gonna be Bandy. And now Azura trying to come in around the back, catches him unaware. Might be able to do something awesome here. Slime is going to get shot from both sides. They might be able to 2v3 this. Yo's going down for the count. It's all on Jet. 4 seconds remaining, and nobody, and I mean nobody from Atmosphere around to get in a chow.
Yeah, there was a long time where Atmosphere had some control, but like no one was on that hill, no one was on the objective, stopping the clock. And if that's the case, you know, if you're the side of Valence, you don't really get pushed because there's nothing, because you're in the advantage with the time ticking on away. I don't really know exactly how that play ended up, because definitely, you know, again, it came down to really the 1v1 at the very end. But, you know, I have to think maybe if there's a little bit of time, you could have gotten your setup on that hill and stopped the clock and forced them to come to you. Maybe you could have turned that round around. But, I mean, in the end, yeah, it's going to be Valence that comes out on top, and into the round 2 now we go.
Again, TG, their pushes basically lack the substance in order to get any good lasting control over their opponents. Azura's Anarchy literally came in around the back and shot them from one side while Jet shot them from the other. It was something that you probably could have avoided with double the manpower, but they just weren't set up to do it. They could have supplemented their lack of preparedness by trying to hop on the objective and cap it faster, like you said. But either way, this is something you got to be worried about if you're the side of Atmosphere, is that you're getting flanked and in an outmanning situation so easily.
And now we're going to see Angel working through Church. Can be a few players around Arches. Comes around, sees one. Oh! But can't quite get into his teammate. Watches Anarchy's back there. But in the Atmosphere, sort of around this objective. But yeah, right now it's going to be Valence with some control, sort of in 2-2 situation. They're in a nice position for some of these trades if need be.
I do like the slowness at which Valence is pushing in here. We've seen on Bocage that they can go really fast if they need to, but also very slow. They're taking their time and trying to get this spawn control and turn it into good map control as well as a good life advantage. They're not really going to get too much in terms of the life advantage because, unfortunately, the two people that were in the spawn, they weren't able to, like, you know, keep it like that. They were in a great position to get the flip out, but no one, the other half of the team was not able to get close enough to where they were able to translate it into a good take on the objective, flip it into total control. That was the one thing that they were missing, is the other half of their team getting in position for the take.
Yeah, for right now, Atmosphere still holding on around the objective, holding their ground. The Valence starting to sneak their way on forward. Looking like they have some of the manpower to make a push happen. Slime finds one though. Crooked gets the trade. He's gonna be chilling around Church. I mean, it's 12 lives to 16. Side of Atmosphere starting to run a little bit out of lives, though. Definitely time can help, possibly.
Yeah, Crooked, again, they're trying to get up into their opponent's spawn, but the other half of the team, TG, is not able to break past the Valence players that are still alive and in these entrenched positions. Not a single tick has gone down on the B objective, so holistically, looking at both these teams' performances on this objective, I would say that Atmosphere got much closer to winning than Valence, and that's something that I have not been able to say for the entirety of the series so far. But they might be able to make me eat my words here as they go full in on one side of the map as a team. No having to worry about putting two halves together. They go in full force, and now they might be able to get a take.
Yeah, they tried to. Were so very close. Just not quite enough manpower at the very, very tail end of that. But with that, it did allow the second wave to have a little bit of an opening here. But it's going to be Mazo that does shut down the remaining player on that point. And with that, allows Atmosphere to come out on top of that round. So it's going to be tied up 1-1 heading into the round 3.
Yeah, both teams going to be winning their defensive sides with B remaining, but TG, I gotta be honest with you, this is the best Atmosphere has looked this entire series, and I am, frankly, a little bit worried for Valence with their last performance on the defense. It was so very close to going the other way, but Yeah, they were able to 2v4 in that situation. Although I really doubt that with how much Atmosphere has done in the last, based on their performance in their last defense, they looked a lot more together and thoughtful about their attacks. I don't see that quite happening again if they get in the same position.
Yeah, definitely Anarchy. A nice little kill there. It's going to be another one right off, but can't quite get the kill. Instead, it will go down. But Bandy just picking up, finding one, just sort of trying to lock down a little bit of a spawn trap, possibly just sort of looking for any of those players to sort of come out and emerge, but does not happen. Jet now on this objective, getting stunned on out. Yos maybe peeking on out. This double hit, possibly. Slime comes on out, and Jet finds one, trying to go for the second, but it's been Yos. Still stays alive. The trades are there. Can be the side of Valence. Still holding on to the A objective.
Ooh, I like this though from Mazo. He's going to be getting control over the middle of the map. He's going to try and get the one over on Jet. Unfortunately for him, he is not. So his little distraction is going to be coming to an end, and now Valence can focus straight on the forward approach. Crooked laying in wait for Yost to dare to peek the corner. Eventually he will, because time is ticking on away, but Mazo with a good grenade can open things up. Jet, though, is just as good as two players in his own right. Takes down one, almost two, and even with the diminished manpower, again, we see Valence holding down the fort.
Yeah, they're able to do so. For right now, it's going to be Side of Atmosphere. They make their way onto the B site. Those can be Jet. That starts to work his way over. There's going to be one player on the objective. Yost gets taken care of. Jet able to get that kill, but the trades are there. It'll be Valence that hold on to the B site. The A zone, I mean, really got number 3 right now. Mazo sort of been around this map, able to get into some of these key positions, and with that kill, that's a major impact. Stop the clock. Maybe capture the A zone. Those Valence can have a very, very quick response, but the answer is going to be no, as now it turns down to the B site all alone. A minute on the clock.
Yeah, I was about to say, TG, if they don't get this A objective with this position they have right now, it is literally a throw. But that's not the issue that I'm worried about right now. I wasn't worried about them getting control over A and running out of time. I'm worried about, look at those lives. They have less than half of Valence's lives in the current moment, and they don't have a whole lot of time like Valence did when they were on the attack in this situation to make up for that even in the slightest. They still have to put the pedal to the metal and push on forward into a Valence squad that has full control over the middle of the map, and now even Anarchy trying to get some flanks going as well and make it so that your spawn isn't even a safe place. So this is going to really slow down the Atmosphere push at a time where they cannot afford it the most.
Yeah, I mean, for the Side of Atmosphere, it really looked like they were just kind of pushing forward to that A site, and you know, just Valence just having that control, just being ready and waiting. They weren't really changing a whole lot up. They were just Valence just able to sort of gun them down, able to easily transition from one spot to another, and well, with that, Valence will be going to a 2-1 lead now. So we head into round 4. We're going to be looking for a Side of Atmosphere to respond with a nice defensive side if they're looking to push us to that round 5, if they're looking for the hope of keeping the series alive for them.
Yeah, especially when you're considering how much better of a defense that was for Valence in their previous one. They are getting better. This is going to be a key moment for Atmosphere. Can they get even better on their attack than their opponents were? I don't really know. They were getting pretty close on that initial attack, but now being on the defense, they really have a lot to handle here, especially with how long their opponents were able to hold them off from getting their initial take and how deadly it made for them to do it. That's where they lost all their lives, was on this A push. So I feel like we need to see a like-for-like response coming out from Atmosphere and how hard it is for them to take A without losing B, mind you.
Yeah, and well, for right now, it's going to be Valence. It's going to be sort of around that B site, though that presence is going to be quickly dealt with to the Side of Atmosphere. But the presence is still going to be around. That's going to be Valence. They're able to find that first and the second tick. No, not quite. I can't really quite tell on that one, but nonetheless, Atmosphere able to just sort of hold off that B objective just at the last few moments.
Yeah, it will be only the first tick on B. Other one is partially done. Crooked trying to go in and completely get control over A with the rest of his team now. They're going to be capturing this pretty fast now, warranting an equally quick response coming out from Valence. Yo coming around the back, but no one really to supplement the push with from the other side. So he's got to be very sneaky. Yost, I'm really curious to see how he does right now. He's coming around the back at the current moment. Has eyes on Crooked as well as Anarchy. Kills one. Response is not fast enough from good old Valence in order to stop the kill coming out from the back, but the cap is fast enough that they don't have to worry about the consequences of that for too long.
Yeah, it was a good wave of kills for the side of Atmosphere. Just sort of really halt up, stop the push from Valence, you know, sort of halt a transition. But with that, the response is coming out from both sides. Atmosphere gonna be holding around this B site a little bit. It's gonna be Valence that start to hold up. Jet waiting for those reinforcements, waiting for the teammates to get into position to make this big push happen. Atmosphere, they're waiting. It's all about who wins these first few gunfights.
It really is. Notice, oh my goodness, this is huge. Yost going into the next round, he might be a saving grace if they can see this one through. He's got full streaks, TG. I was really worried because of just how badly they've been getting outside that they will be on the final attack, but those streaks could be absolutely huge if he uses them correctly. Obviously, they have to get out of this situation they find themselves in first. We see Valence queuing up for an attack. We got 3 people all lined up and ready to go, but you've got Mazo in a great spot to supplement the kills from Yost. That's the entire push from Valence dead in the water, except for Anarchy, who's trying to do some spawn tomfoolery to make the next attack even better.
Anarchy will get caught, so with that backside presence no longer really existence. There's gonna be 35 seconds on the clock that remain. Valence 4 lives to 18. This map really should all be all but decided at this point.
Yeah, this round is basically, I don't think anyone would say that Valence is going to win it on this round, but this next round they are definitely going to be getting the defense based on what I'm looking at their KDs, TG. It's actually a little bit close, but overall I don't think Atmosphere did enough in order to kill their way into a final defense. So what we're really looking at here is Yost needs these streaks to go big. They need to get a good take onto A. Remember the last time they attacked, they got dogged on pretty hard when they tried to get A. They had half their opponent's lives, and they had about, like, what, I think 8 lives remaining coming out of the A cap. That is something you got to avoid. And if possible, save the streaks for B. You need to win this attack, and you're going to need those streaks to do it with how their opponents have been playing so far.
Yes.
Actually, I was wrong. Look at this.
Yeah. Gearing up for one situation, given a different one.
Yeah.
A little bit of a shake-up, but it's going to be nonetheless Valence to push onto the B site. President's going to be known with Crook finding 2, Bandy with 1. That's a good wave of kills. The B site, the first zone tick secured, the second well on its way. But the streaks are called on out. Yost finds Bandy. But Valence still have a presence with Jet still around this point.
Oh my god, TG, what is going on? Valence, they went in, they took 2 ticks onto B. That is a great start. And they're moving their opponents around so well. Now they have a good spot where they can definitely get control over A. They've thoroughly out-manpowering Slime on the objective. But unfortunately, they don't find him quick enough, and Mazo able to get right up in their business and stop the attack in time for the rest to get in. But ooh, Azura's Anarchy gonna be absolutely frying Yost. Gotta be still worried about Angel around the back. This is not a set-in-stone A-cap by any means.
And now Jet coming around top church, finding one, going to be a little bit of a presence in the backside. There's going to be Angel, but he gets dealt with. So now, it's going to be on the side of Atmosphere, trying to fend off the attack from this A site. Because, I mean, though A site is definitely going to be the one that generally gets taken care of. I mean, you look at B, they just need 1 more tick. So, on that end as well.
Huge.
So, really, Atmosphere just need to hold off and Mazo with the 2-piece, make that 3 now. Just holding the line.
These are some huge kills from Mazo TG. If he hadn't gotten that kill, very likely the A objective would have fallen into the hands of their opponents, and they would have even further gotten good control of the map. But instead, they get full team wiped. They got to push back out from the beginning. We see Yost going for a little bit of a flank, preparing for A to fall, and now you see Azura's Anarchy going in with one of her trademarked flanks. But unfortunately, Crooked isn't going to leave anyone for her to kill. Kills everybody before the flank even comes to fruition. Gotta be worried, though. 23 seconds remaining, and Yost coming around the back. That flank is going to be even better, TG. They are going to be stopping their opponents from winning it right here, right now, but on the B objective, they're going to be capping the more important one. Gotta hop on now. If you're Angel, he does stop it, so time will once again start ticking against Valence.
Atmosphere has some big plays coming on out. They know they can feel the pressure. They know they need to win this. They know they need to win this map, but with that,
Yost,
it will be the
Yost.
side with Jet. Oh, there we go. Jet gets Yost. 9 lives to 6. Valence at the disadvantage. They need to push on A. Atmosphere, they know it. The potential to bring it to the map 4 is right here.
PG, I'm so worried. I'm so worried right now. Slime up top. He's gonna get crooked. That's a big kill, but notice how Valence, notice how good old Atmosphere are positioned. They are finally gonna start getting more people towards B, but if they had gotten through one of their open lanes, which there were a few, they can pile onto the objective. So now we got Yost. He's got to go huge. Kills Zura's Anarchy off the objective, but Jet getting up in the spawn, getting 2 kills. That is huge. No respawns left, and we need Mazo. It's all on Mazo again. He's going to stop the clock. Jet going for a huge kill, but massively loses it against Angel. It is all on Azura's Anarchy inside the church. Got to pray for a victory, but can't seem to find anybody. 15 seconds left. Here she goes onto the Hornet's Nest of the objective. I think has seen Mazo a little bit or can predict his positioning slightly, but doesn't see him. Kills one, but the flank is going to come around from the back, and what do we know, TG? You've got Atmosphere taking a round, hoping for the reverse sweep now.
Yes, you are indeed. As it comes down to Atmosphere. Last round, I mean, really the round before that as well. Huge, huge wins, huge, huge kills. The reverse sweep, I mean, it's what needs to be done from Atmosphere, but you know what? This is where you start it. Got to start on that map 3.
I mean, yeah, you got to start somewhere, TG. Better late than never on map 3. It was tight as it gets. It really was, but they had some good moments in that, and their opponents definitely got a little bit of a bloody lip coming out of that, so I don't know how much that's going to damage their egos, or even if it really should. But coming out of it, what I do know is that we're going to see a lot more confidence coming out of Atmosphere and going into the next map, which I do believe is going to be Berlin. Yes, it is going to be Berlin. It's much more of a long-range map, so we might be able to start seeing some of this AR presence coming out that we haven't really seen a whole lot yet so far, TG, on the maps we've had so far.
Yes, sir, indeed. And, you know, at the end of the day, a much-needed map from Atmosphere to continue on into the series. But as we look at that map, maybe a little bit of what's to come in the Berlin Hardpoint, let's send it over to the analysts at the desk as they break down that map.
Yeah, I really want to hear it.
Yeah, so that was an insane map. A lot more back and forth than you usually see on a Tuscan. Obviously, defense still won all of them, but there were still some of the offenses were pretty close. Mazo, I thought the first offense did a really good job finessing. He went on a pretty long streak in their base, and it kind of kept the lives really close. Now, obviously, Atmosphere would then go and kind of choke that round. I think Anarchy, and I know it was Anarchy, but it might have been Jet and someone else. They like 2v4 them like on the point when it came down to that 1v1. So I was kind of mind blown that Atmosphere lost that round. And then on their second offense, they threw so many lives, and I really thought it was going to be a tough map, but then Valence went and threw even more lives their next offense. So that gave Atmosphere round 5 defense, and they were able to pull it out with that.
Yeah, no, the stuff was definitely getting very hectic in the end there. I thought for a minute Jet at the very end was going to be able to pull it off. We saw him sneak away into the back in that last round. He was able to pick up that massive 2-piece, almost picked up a third, and the fourth one almost jumped into his pre-fire. You know, if Jet was able to pick up that 4-piece in the bag, that absolutely would have been an insane play. MVP for the series right there.
Yeah.
But unfortunately, it doesn't go his way. So, and that brings us into a map 4. You know, it's good to see GG Atmosphere showing some life. You know, we're gonna see if they could keep on carrying that momentum over into this map 4 in the Berlin right now. But as I say that, the game is loading down. The game is counting down right now, and we're gonna be sending it over back to our casters for this map number 4.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, you heard it yourselves from Reform and Shane. That was some pretty good analysis, a lot of what I was thinking as well, so I'm glad we're on the same page with that. Huge moments there at the end I want to highlight as well. Jet Kenobi, not Jet Kenobi, regular Jet could have definitely won that game if that guy had just jumped into his pre-fire, close as it gets. But now coming into another life or death situation for Atmosphere, we're really going to have to see people like Angel shine. He's been doing a good job with the AR so far tonight, and that's going to have to continue. I'm joined in this match by TG.
Yes, sir. And right now, it's going to be Valence fighting it off on the P1. It's going to be Anarchy that finds 2, securing that first point. The P1, 30 seconds still going to be remaining off of the Atmosphere. Got away with a few, but they're going to be stuck in the back now. It does look like Anarchy is just going to be starting to push on up, though. Yost puts a stop to that. As Atmosphere starts to push on up, it's going to be Bandy with 2 through mid. And the rotations start to come on in from Atmosphere. Bandy just going to be chilling around, trying to get one with a pistol. Just about one last shot away, but unfortunately couldn't quite get it done. But it's going to be Atmosphere, the nice rotation over to P2.
Once again, I want to give some credit to Anarchy. She's been getting in such amazing positions and almost gets another 3-piece in a row. Just can't seem to keep track of her Atmosphere. Always getting in good flanking situations and making them pay for not doing proper lane watching. And based off of that, Valence is able to weaken them enough to push in with full force and take the objective for them like candy from a baby. Just like that, Atmosphere only getting 9 seconds and Valence looking to pass their first minute of time.
Yes, sir. It's going to be Anarchy now. Going to be on this objective. Finds 1, though the trade is there. Yost. Once again, putting a stop. A little bit to some chaos. But it's going to be Valence that gets some of this control. Atmosphere just going to be trying to continue to fight for this P2 control. Question is, can they do it, as Angel does get spotted from Bandy. Now it comes down to Angie. Angel. Bandy. And Angel's still alive, still just chilling. Well, there you go. It's going to be Angel that gets the win. And Atmosphere starts to take up some time. But the next hill going to be under the control of Valence.
Oh, and Jet, he's made his position known. Angel gonna throw a grenade into Jet's after image, but Slime is gonna be the one that gets him. This could be a huge situation for Atmosphere. They're actually starting to flip Valence out already. And so Anarchy might be in not so secure of a position. Bandy trying to make sure that they don't get full flanked here, but Slime, this is exactly what he was worried about, makes him very available to getting shot by Angel and Slime on the heady, and now Crooked in a terrible spot. He's literally stuck between a rock and a hard place, tries to fly out and do something, but nothing is going to be happening his way. And now the flip can be going up against Valence again. You go right into where Atmosphere has total control over. This could be a deadly hill for Valence.
Yeah, and there you go. Slime gets taken care of. Mazo, Angel, they all will fall. It's going to be Yost that gets control over the next objective. You know, sure, Atmosphere are down by a decent amount of points at the moment. It's going to be Valence picking up a decent amount of the scrap time, but this train yard hill, this one could be a nice money hill. So it's going to be Anarchy and Crooked. Comes around this backside. The question is, Atmosphere, are you ready? Can you get these kills? It'll be Crooked that still stays alive, and the trades are there. And Atmosphere having some control, get some of this time. It's going to be Valence that needs to push from the front.
TG, I always say it about this hill, it is deceptively hard to hold. There are so many different positions you have to have control over. It basically spreads you into a spot where you have to have one guy watching every lane, and if more than one person pushes on a lane, you gotta do a 2v1, otherwise you're gonna be getting broken wide open. Atmosphere, though, doing a pretty good job of managing this, as Valence, they're starting to get a little bit, you know, caught with disjointed pushes. One side going down and they switch to the other side and they go down, so the push is not coming quite at the same time, is playing into the hands of Atmosphere. So they're able to get, I would say, about 30 seconds off this hill, and now Valence has weakened themselves off their recent pushes to where now Atmosphere can get some good push into the side of the objective, which they can translate into later spawns for P1.
Yeah, it's going to be Valence at 99 right now, crossing over to the 100-point mark, cross that 100-point time. The Atmosphere, they're not too far behind. The last few hills, able to make some big comebacks. It's now going to be Anarchy on this objective. The final hill of this set of rotation, or set of rotations, I guess. It's going to be Atmosphere that pushes from the train yard side. Some of the opening kills, and there you go. Angel with 2. It's going to be Slime with a nade kill. That opens themselves up onto this objective.
That's a tough death for Crooked. And now we're going to be seeing Jet, the last one to push in, but this time, of all times, Atmosphere should be able to get a trade out, and they do, and it might be able to get them a lot of seconds. It's forcing Valence, if they don't want this 14 seconds to go into the hands of their opponents, to keep sending in at least a little bit of people to go in. And look at this, they've actually enveloped their opponents, completely flanked around the back of them. And so Atmosphere, they're going to be getting shot from the front and the back. That is some crazy route work that we're seeing being done by Valence.
And there you go, Yos. Gets a good kill. The P1, though, is going to be in the hands of Valence as Yos starts to push on up. The P1 in the office, and it's going to be Anarchy. Takes down Yos there. The push not quite happening. Mazo goes down as well. Slime, though, starting to make a little bit of an entrance. Comes on through.
Oh, and look at this again, TG. Another route coming out from Crooked. Only one person there to pick it up. It is Yos, and he's gone clean past him. Another route again, but Yos, he sees it at the last second. Perfect. Able to make sure that they aren't going to get shot from both sides, and they do weather the storm for the moment. But again, another route opening up, TG. They've got to cover their flanks a little bit better. This mid-map dominance from Valence has allowed them to flank their opponents pretty much every single hill without too much going the other way. But Atmosphere is starting to pick up on it. Better late than never, and now they are getting ever so closer to catching them.
And the battle over P2 starting to rage on over as number 6 finds one, becomes a little bit of a gunfight. It's going to be Anarchy that comes out on top, though, for right now. P2 going to be going into the hands of Valence, and Crooked finds 3. With that, Atmosphere sent to the back spawns, having to push on up. Valence are going to be all set up.
Oh, this is as perfect of a setup as you can get on this objective, TG. You've got your opponent stuck in their spawn from 2 different directions, but somehow Yos finds his way in. Goes in for a little bit of a contest, but Anarchy so good that you can't really just shell her with one person alone. You got to have at least 2 people to get her out of her ratty positions, as we like to call them. But now, Valence, we're starting to get worried, TG, that they might be getting caught up upon, but with basically a full 60 off this objective, that's starting to look less likely.
Yeah, and for right now, I mean, Atmosphere, yeah, they get control over the P2, but they need to work their way on to the P3, and it's not quite happening. Valence have control. They had control over it last time as well, though Atmosphere was able to break that one. So for the side of Valence, just looking to hold it a little bit better, but I mean, you're looking at the kills right now. You see Jet at 23 and 13 at the moment, absolutely dominant with that AR in hand, holding down a lot of these lanes, really allowing Valence to get this control. But I mean, Atmosphere starting to work their way up again. They now have this backside spawns. Anarchy is going to be stuck in the back, gets the stun hit. The rest of the team tries to push on in from the front, trying to add some support. Anarchy can't quite get a kill. And Yos and the rest of Atmosphere onto this hill. Jet trying to just stop something from happening. Trying to maintain some of a presence, but Angel's not letting it happen. And with that, Atmosphere, a good chunk of time looking to go to them. Valence, they lose the control.
This is amazing from Atmosphere. Absolutely crazy that they're able to do that not once, but twice in a row to Valence. Shout out to Slime for ruining Crooked's day live on stream. We saw it, you saw it, and that's going to be another clip from coming out of this stream. Atmosphere, they are going to be a little bit late to this rotation this time around, but TG, as I said on the last rotation, this is not an easy objective to hold. It is deceptively difficult because look at how many different directions Atmosphere is coming from. Their individual pushes might actually come in to help them this time around, but Anarchy going to take on the first one. Gotten good control over the back of the spawn, though, is going to be Atmosphere, so it's very likely that they're able to get a good angle in on the Anarchy, or at least Jet, and break things open from there.
Yeah, at this point, Valence, I think they know that Atmosphere are all in the back. And I mean, though Atmosphere have control over a little bit of this backside, they just haven't really quite been able to capitalize until Slime starts to push on up. The reinforcements from Atmosphere make it happen. They start to get this push going, but Mazo finding Jet, trying to find that other, doesn't quite happen, but gets the call out, says, hey, they're coming around for this left side. Finding one, finding two. And Mazo's going big on this hill. The rest of Atmosphere is starting to get some control over the next objective as well, as they look to still continue to stay in this, still keep things close. They have not quite had that lead. There's been no lead change that happened, but they've been right up against Valence. It just takes one bad rotation, one bad hill from Valence, and really the tides can definitely switch.
Yeah, TG, as you said, the only hill that we've seen not great performances from Atmosphere on have been P2 every single time. And so Valence, that has been where they've gotten actually a lot of their points. Hopefully for Atmosphere, they don't let them get a lot of time off of this hill, because that would be really hard to come back from, especially with P2 on the horizon once again. But Slime does somehow manage to find his way in for a break, but Valence doing a pretty good job at holding down the sides. It should allow Azura's Anarchy or Crooked to hop onto the objective without any real fear of dying from both sides. They can hold it down from one side now. And so, yeah, Atmosphere, they're going to be having to focus very hard on this objective. They have got the spawns though, TG, so as long as they can keep Valence off this objective, they're looking pretty good for the rotation.
Yeah, 15 seconds left on this one. See Anarchy starting to rotate on over the rest of the team as well. As this battle starts to go down in the P1, Anarchy slides on through. There's gonna be some presence from Atmosphere around, but Valence, they have the manpower to match it. It's just a matter of how these gunfights go down. Valence, the opening time goes to them, but Atmosphere, they're all around it as well. Bandy gets taken down mid, Jet goes down, there you go, Anarchy goes down, Crooked, last one alive. Atmosphere, though, gets the kills, and with that, make their way onto the hill, but Valence just 4 seconds away.
4 seconds away, TG, and going into their most impactful hill, they've gotten pretty much all their time off of P2, mostly. But Mazzo's starting to get a little bit streaky right now. He's got 5 in a row, just needs 1 more. And Slime, he's going to hold it down up against one. Crooked going for the route. Instead, he's going to go right in the path of Angel. But Angel not going to see him in time. He's going to turn around, but Angel is going to be able to get the better of Crooked. 1 second more into the hands of Valence, and 3 seconds away from victory. They are all hunkered down, TG, and Jet's got streaks as well. It's all on Slime. He's the closest one. He's got to make the push, and he will be dying to Bandy. So everyone else from Atmosphere is going to be, I think, too far away to get anything going.
Comes down to the push from Angel and number 5 there, which is gonna be Mazzo. Angel hops on in, but Mazzo's gonna be there. He has some words to say, maybe or maybe not. Valence shuts him down, and with that, there's gonna be no one else around. The last-ditch effort from Mazzo, though well intended, unfortunately couldn't quite make the massive clutch that you needed to have happen, and it will be Valence that comes out on top, 250 with a 229, I believe.
Yes, 229 indeed. Man, oh man, TG. It was coming down to the wire for a hot minute, and if Valence hadn't had such good performances on P2, I don't know if that game would have necessarily gone their way. Pretty much all the other hills, P4 was being contest heavy and mostly in the favor of Atmosphere. P3 was pretty much always in their favor, despite the fact that they got out-rotated every single time for it. I could definitely see a universe in which they win, but unfortunately that P2 game was just a little bit too strong from the side of Valence, so they'll be moving on. I'm really curious to see what Shane, Thor, and Reform thought of this as our analyst experts, though. Go ahead and do that, guys.
Yes, thank you very much, Kamika. Reform back here with Shane. Shane, why don't you give me your thoughts about that match?
Yeah, again, another crazy map. I mean, definitely a lot more intense than maps 1 and 2. Glad to see it was at least a close one, but Valence came out kind of like we expected. But I think that Atmosphere played a lot closer than maybe a lot of people would have predicted, especially in that respawn. Again, I would have seen them taking like map 2, map 3. So them losing the S&D was definitely going to be a tough spot going into another hard point against Valence, but they put up a pretty good fight. I just think that Valence got out to too much of a lead that at a certain point in the map, they could just keep getting the scrap of hill times, or they finally rotated to P4 and they got a decent amount of time there. Or at least they were able to make it scrappy enough. And then I was really impressed too by their Broken Hill P5. They did a really good job of getting a lot of time on that. And it's sometimes pretty tough for teams to get time on because, you know, you can nail the guy out of the hill's pretty open. So I feel like that was kind of the last dagger, getting to about 240 on that hill, kind of just put the game away.
Yeah, definitely. I like what I saw from Atmosphere. They did step it up a bit on their hard point. Unfortunately, it just wasn't enough. You did see some good plays from them coming at the end, especially Angel at the end. If he almost got that 3-piece, his teammates could have flooded in, maybe could have sent us to a game 5. But unfortunately, it's not the case. Team Valence are going to take this T32 round 3-1. We're going to get set up with our T16 match coming up. We do have, I believe it's Censor, Infamous. Oh my god, I forgot the roster, Shane. What was it? Censor, Infamous. 2 more people.
Silly.
No, it's not. It's Godorex and Pander. It's Godorex and Pander.
Series.
Censor,
Yeah,
Censor, Godorex, Pander, going up against Tay, Littlefoot, Teskey, and one other fourth. Sorry, can't remember who it is. But yeah, we're gonna get that match started up for you guys pretty soon. So don't go anywhere. We're gonna go on a short little break here while we get the match set up. Thank you very much.
Welcome everybody to the Challenger Cup number 6 community stream presented by eZone Media. I am TG, co-hosted here with Kamika, the man himself, and well, we'll be getting to this game. We've got Sensor and Co versus Money is Serious coming on up for a top 16 matchup here. And well, to talk us a little bit about the matchup that we have ahead of us is going to be Kamika.
Oh yeah, TG. This is going to be one of, I would say, the more anticipated matches of the night so far. We've got Sensor going up against his old team. On the other side, you got Littlefoot, Teskey, and Tay. Sensor used to be with them, but now he is with the other team, which is GodRx, Pander, and Fame. Which of the two teams is going to be better tonight? I don't know, man. It's going to be pretty close, but obviously you got to give a little bit of an edge to the former CDL pros, in my opinion.
Yeah, I mean, I have to agree with that. I would say Sensor and Co probably, at least, I would say with sort of the reputation around them generally, I'd have to give them the edge in this matchup. But I definitely think this one definitely is going to be close again. You know, former teammates going up against former teammates. Basically, it's kind of like you want to prove something. You want to go up against them, and well, you're just gonna want to see this matchup really go down and really what the end result is, because this one has potential to be a map 5 in my opinion as well. But for the maps, we will be looking at a Berlin for the first one for the hard point, followed by a Berlin S&D. So we're going to be staying on that for the first 2 maps. After that, we would see a Tuscan control. And then if we have the map 4 or 5, it would be a Gavutu for the hard point. It would be the Bocage for the S&D for the map 5, if we do indeed reach that point.
Yeah, just a little bit more on these teams. We've seen these guys a lot, and pretty much every single challengers going back to, I want to say, like even in Cold War, we were seeing these guys making great placements. Both these teams. I've seen Littlefoot and Teskey and Tay on lands, and they are landmoles, to say the very least. And honestly, I want to give a little bit of shout outs to Tay. Obviously, he's a great player and everyone knows it, but in the last COD, I seen him being brought in as a little bit of a substitute for like some other players, mostly because of time constraints. But now I'm glad that he's starting to get these teams that are having so much great success. It's great to see because I know he's an awesome player. Same with Siski, to be honest with you. A little bit of an unsung hero. I saw him playing at about, I don't know, he's made such great strides up until this point, TG. So I'm honestly pretty proud of Siski as well.
Yes, sir. I mean, I would agree. Like in terms of personally seeing these players play, I've really only seen Tay. But again, like Sensor, I've seen streams and stuff of him play. I've seen we've seen some other these players play both on the pro level and also just within just running up the AM scene in general. Generally, I saw Flame play in the last cup. He was looking really good. But overall, yeah, definitely excited to see how this map goes down. And well, let's send it over to I think the analysts if they are ready to maybe break down, get into a little bit more details of what maybe we can expect in this matchup.
Yes, thank you for that, TG. I'm back here with Shane Thor. We're going to be covering this round 4 T16 round. We have Money is Serious. That's going to be Teskey, Littlefoot, Tay, and Siski going up against the side of AOL Free Trial, which is Doug Sensor Martin, Pander, Fame, and GodRx. Shane, give me some thoughts about this matchup.
What a team, man. Fame, Sensor, Pander, and GodRx. Honestly, not 4 names I expected to see, but I'm pretty sure Sensor got onto this team recently. I know Pander and GodRx have been together pretty much the whole year. Not entirely sure when Fame joined them, but obviously 2 very good teams. Do you have the seeding info on this match? Like what seed was each team?
Yeah, I could get you that seed right now, actually. I lied, Shane. Give me a second. I can pull it up now.
Okay, you're good. I definitely know that Pander and GodRx have had very good years. I'm pretty sure Fame's had some good ones too. And I believe Teskey and Sensor were teaming for the elite qual maybe a month ago, I guess it would have been. So both players from each team have probably played together a little bit. But I think Pander, GodRx, and them are probably going to be the more favored team. Just because I believe they've had a little more success this year, but I'd be interested to see the seed so we can kind of know like where that stands.
Yeah, for sure. I have the seeds for you right here. So the side of Sensor and Co, they're coming in the seed 12, and the side of Tay and Co, they're coming in as the 21st seed. Little fun fact, I'm not sure if you were aware, Shane. for the last Cup, Challengers Cup 5, Sensor was actually with Littlefoot, Tay, and Teskey. So I
Okay,
believe,
yeah,
yes, I believe
yeah.
he did just leave them. Came over here with Panda and Gato Rex. As before, they were with Vikal, and I'm not sure who was the fourth. But obviously some players coming down, like Neptune coming back down to the challenger scene. It shakes up a lot of the rosters. It's crazy
Yeah.
how one player coming in ripples between about 6 or 7 or so teams. But
Yeah.
that's just challengers. That's the way it goes. When you have a player like Neptune is available, you got to make some roster changes. But yeah.
Yeah,
So
so definitely a grudge match though
mhm.
for both teams here. Yeah, definitely. There's a bit more of an added flavor if either team loses here, especially considering they all teamed with each other recently. But yeah, I still think that obviously Sensor left his team to come to this team, arguably a better team. So we'll see. But at this level, pretty much anything can happen.
Yeah, for sure. And we're still just waiting for one player to join the lobby. But in the meantime, I do want to start. I do want to mention our New York LAN coming up, March 26th or 27th. That's going to be Ezo New York for $4,000. Shane, why don't you talk a bit about that LAN? Tell me what you're excited about.
Yeah, so big New York line coming up. I guess it's about like 5 weeks out now. Definitely excited. It's going to be our first LAN, kind of from where me and Reform both spend a lot of time. So it'd be nice to have one kind of close to home. But yeah, big 2v2 from Alpine. Definitely the biggest 2v2 we've had, because I think even our Atlanta one, which did pretty good, was like $500 or $700, I think. So this should be the biggest one, especially if we get those retweets on that tweet. I believe if we hit 40, which I'm not sure if we have, we'll bump the prize up on that.
Yeah, I think we're about
Yeah,
25 retweets on way on that one. But yeah, our Atlanta
yeah.
one, I think the S&D prize pool was about $800.
Okay, yeah.
This New York one, like you mentioned earlier, thanks to Alpine Dispensary, one of our New York sponsors, 2v2 Search and Destroy LAN is going to be worth $1,000, and that's guaranteed, regardless of the amount of teams sign up. I don't care if 2 teams enter the S&D LAN, it's $1,000 for the prize pool, and that's going to take place on Sunday. Shout out to our sponsor, the Gamers Club. They are giving away a free PlayStation 5 to one lucky participant at the LAN. There's no raffle, there's no buy-in. All you have to do is be there live in person on Sunday, and you'll have a chance to win a free PlayStation 5. Another sponsor we have is GT Omega. You can look up on Twitter, GT Omega, and they're a really cool gaming chair company, and they're going to be giving away they're going to be giving 4 free chairs to the 4 winners of EZA New York. So definitely excited to look forward to that. Yeah, I mean, it's going to be an awesome time. If you guys love playing on LAN, definitely come check it out. But with that being said, we're going to send it over to a little break. We're still waiting for the 4th player to join the lobby, and we'll be right back with this match. Thank you very much.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. We are back with take 2 of Money is Serious versus Doug Sensor Martin and Co. This is for T16 and the Challengers Cup number 16. This is E-Zone community stream, and I am joined by TG.
Yes, sir. And well, let's get right into the action. The Money in Series is going to be the first one to touch the hills. They do have those sort of spawns to be there, but you got number 4 now coming up mid. And no one from Money in Series is really able to watch that backside as number 4 comes on through. Finding one is Money in Series, though, able to eliminate the threat from the back, but now Siski needs to turn around to the other side, and well, is able to do so. So Money in Series, they're still holding down the hill. AOL, or Sensor and Co. couldn't quite make it on to the break.
That was a great recovery early on from Money is Serious. I mean, Siski, able to react so fast. He killed the person behind them, which was Pander, and then instantly turned around, was able to get the better of Doug Sensor Martin on the objective as well. So all this time is going in the hands of Money is Serious. Basically a perfect hill in their favor. AOL Free Trial, aka Sensor Martin and Co., going into the next objective, 40 tickets down. And so, yeah, Money is Serious, starting things off pretty hot and putting a lot on the shoulders to come back from for their opponents.
Yeah, Fame's going to be at the top right now. Just going to be chilling around. The rest of Money is Series starting to push on up, and Fame knocks down 1. So AOL Free Trial still maintaining control over this hill. Sensor's going to be on it, putting out the nade. Does get a little bit of a hit, but will go down nonetheless. Fame is back on the attack a little bit. There's going to be Siski as this battle rages on the stair control.
that's another great win for Money is Serious, getting a lot of the hill time here as well. AOL not having the best of times keeping control over the hill, but with 20 seconds remaining, they will be breaking back in and keeping control over the next objective. So if they don't really get the rest of this time, TG, that's fine, as long as they can prevent it from going in the hands of Money is Serious. They just need to make sure that they don't lose control over where God RX is right now. Otherwise, that could be disastrous, and that's exactly what happens. The floodgates are opened, and Money is Serious starting to come up and threaten the spawns. Pander gonna be getting had a little bit as well, and Fame trying to come out and deal with it as well. Kesky gonna fry him, and just like that, the setup is completely gone for Sensor and Co.
Money and Serious, a massive break from them, and Kesky trying to find God RX, does not quite happen, but the rest of the team, they're going to be spawning in the back, so they have a good sight line so far. They're able to come back in, start to contest this hill. There's going to be some presence, though, from AOL Free Trial as they start to push on in. They got broken, but they are able to break it right on back.
Yeah, I'm curious what Tesky's going to do. He is literally in the belly of the beast, doesn't really last too long. That's pretty much what I expected to happen, but Money is Serious. They had a good break initially, but it's one that quickly fizzled out, and now they are well and truly on the back foot. Fame with another great kill, going to be breaking things open to where his team can start to push out into the middle of the map and inside of the train station. Again, TG, this is not the easiest of hills to hold, so Money is Serious. They gotta try and keep themselves a little bit more alive. Their outer players that are further away from the rest of them are dying, and now the spawns are gonna start flipping. They're gonna find themselves in a 4v2 situation on the objective, and it's about to be a good situation for Sensor and Co.
Yeah, Fame's starting to work his way up. Oh, it gets taken care of, though, and it's going to be AOL Free Trial that starts to be spawning on out. Money is Serious. They do get some control now. They are able to start to hold this objective. Tay on the back end gets taken care of by Sensor. Sensor finding one. Sensor finds a second. Money is Serious going to be spawning over that left side, so Sensor taking control over this back side. But the heady is there, but Tay, he can take him off it.
Yeah, Siski gonna hop right back on it though. He's depending on Littlefoot to cover his cross, which he's doing a very good job of, and covering his own approach as well. Littlefoot having a nice little time trying to climb back to even. Not been the easiest of starts for Money is Serious from a KD perspective, but that's fine. It's not search and destroy. You can't just win by getting kills, although it definitely helps. Money is Serious going into this final hill, which I don't expect to see too much time go either way off TG, knock on wood, with Money is Serious in the lead.
It definitely can be one of the really the scrappiest of the hills of the objective on this map. And Pander gonna be chilling around here, trying to catch one, just not quite able to do so, but we got Rex that finds that kill instead. And right now, this control, Money is Serious. They are gonna be getting a lot of the hill time. The Pander trying to maybe shake things on up though, but it's gonna be trying to hold on to P1 control, able to get the kill, able to hold on. There's still 30 seconds left. Pander with this nice control over the P1. And the rest of Sensor and Co. able to get control over the last, or able to get control over that P5 right now, though number 5 with that flank. Eventually, Pander's wiped away. Money is Serious start to gear up for that rotation.
Yeah, that was a great moment from Pander, getting his teammates and not just an in on the next objective and preventing their opponents from getting a proper setup on it, but also making it so that they don't really have to worry about threats coming from that way. It allowed them not only to get a good rotation here potentially, but it could have, but also it pretty much made it so that they could get the last little bit of time off of the mid objective, which is huge. You don't normally see a whole lot of time going in there, and they're going to be catching their opponents basically off of it. But Money is Serious, still in and around this objective. No one going to be too overly strong on it. So Tesky able to get a nice 2-piece and get things back under their control for a little bit.
It's going to be around. The rest of Sensor and Co. start to push on up. The opening kills start to come on through. Sensor Pander finding one. Sesky trying to just stop the damage, trying to hold back the offensive, but unable to really quite do so. It is going to be Pander now on this hill. Sensor as well, and Pander with the AR able to watch the lane, able to really just get anyone before they even get close to that P1 as Money is Serious decide to chalk it on up, start to go over into the next hill, but Sensor is going to be around this P2 as well, but Money is Serious, they are going to be all around him, but there is some reinforcements for Sensor.
Wow, Sensor having no fear. And he's almost going to get the better of Tesky. Very low health, but Tesky is going to be getting instantly taken out by the rest of his teammates. Good thing for Sensor's team is that they have been looking very much together. They've been playing together very good, and that's what you expect from a lot of people with CDL experience, is that even if they haven't been teamed together for the longest of times, they still know generally what they want to be doing as a team and who is going to be fulfilling what role. That's the sign of a good competitive player, a professional player right there, TG. but Money is Serious, not giving it to them really easily. They are still basically neck and neck within 10 points of each other. AOL Free Trial, they might have control of a P3 spawns for now, but as we've seen this tournament many times, not just in this series, it is not going to be easy for them to hold on to this.
No, it's really not. And well, right now the points are pretty much neck and neck. It's gonna be Money is Serious. Gonna be looking like the scrap time of this P2. It's gonna be Sensor and Co. Gonna be looking to hold on to the next hill, the next objective. Looking like they're gonna be the ones to lock down the next rotation. But we saw it before. They had it, but Money is Serious just absolutely just pushed on through them like they were absolutely nothing. Can they do it again though? We'll have to see as Siski start to push up through the stairs. Comes on in from the side and he's looking for the player around the hill. Eventually shots are going to be thrown, and he is going to get a sense, but can't quite turn. And it's going to be Sensor and Co. that are able to hold on for right now. Littlefoot now really the last one that remains, finding one, finding two, but no real time to advance. As you need to wait for those teammates, you need to wait for those reinforcements to pop on up. They're not quite there, quite quick enough.
Yeah, a huge gap being opened by Sensor's team for a potential counterattack. They're flinging themselves willy-nilly at Money is Serious, and they're all gonna die individually up against Littlefoot. So a lot of deaths going on here from Sensor Martin and Co. So yeah, Money is Serious gonna get a little bit of time off here that I was not totally expecting, and it sort of puts a wrench in what they were planning. They were planning on getting up to a much better lead and then rotating like Sensor is right now to the next objective into a much weakened state of their opponent. But instead, Sensor's going to be a bit alone because they're going to get caught up in the spawn push. And now Money is Serious can definitely take the lead right on back.
Yeah, Money is Serious on this next objective at the moment. The Sensor starts to break his way on through, finds one, tries to get the turn.
Oh, no!
Gets it done. Littlefoot absolutely off the map. And well, it's going to be Tay that jumps on down like a hero to try and save what can be salvaged. And Money is Serious continues to hold on to this hill. Sensor just a little bit of a hold up there, a little bit of a shake up, but nothing that they couldn't quite recover from, as the rest of Sensor and Co. couldn't quite get a presence on that hill.
Yeah, Money is Serious getting a serious amount of time off of this objective that honestly we weren't totally ready for. Siski doing a great job. Oh my god, stuffing both Fame and Sensor at their attempt for the last bit of time. And so that's going to keep them spawning there, despite the fact that Pander is trying to get a little bit of a flip situation. They're going to be stuck here, and now they're going to go right from the front of the path of Siski. He knows generally where they're at, and he might be able to get Sensor again. There you go. He's been thoroughly getting better kills on Sensor than he has on him, and so, yeah, Money is Serious. Starting to look better in the killing department, at least at the current moment, TG.
Yeah, overall, they've been doing pretty well. You see Siski, I mean, just a nice little 26 and 21, you know, just a casual day with the AR in hand. There's me Pander. Also doing pretty well himself at 26 and 22 is going to be Tay. It does not get taken care of, though. The opportunity was there. Teski on the hill at the moment. The rest of Sensor and Co. trying to push on up, but Tay and Teski just not quite letting it happen. Littlefoot there as well. And Teski just holding down the fort. Yeah, once the information is there that, hey, we just need to hold this objective, Teski, I mean, just taking that last real threat out of the way, and just like that, it's going to be Money is Serious that takes it 250 to 179.
Well, there we go, TG. Game on, says Money is Serious. They might be about 19 seeds below Sensor and Co., but they're showing that they came to play. They look very, very good on a lot of those hills. A lot of the setups that Sensor and Co. had just could not withstand a lot of the pushes that were coming out from Littlefoot and his guys. So yeah, especially a lot of the P4 holds. I was honestly a little bit shocked at how well they were able to put those together with how difficult of an objective it is for them to hold and how easily they were able to break P3s. But yeah, TG, as we've seen tonight, P3 might actually be a little bit harder to hold than people originally thought.
Yeah, I mean, it really can be. Just a matter of getting those kills on the dockside lane. But with that, we'll send it down to the analysis over at the desk as they break down that map.
Oof, that was a very intense match. Match number one.
Yeah.
You know, both teams were extremely, in my opinion, extremely well matched up. Both teams pretty much even, and honestly, I was thinking to myself while I was watching that, you know, it's really gonna come down to any player on one of these teams just going off on a streak and just start getting some pieces. And we saw Siski He started lining up some extra kills, started lining up some two pieces, and I think that really just opened up the map for his teammates to, get some early rotations and start holding down the time.
Yeah, Siski had a really good map. He had that great start. I believe he started out 5-0. Kind of helped them get out to an early lead. And it looked like on that first P3 that Fame and Co rotated to, that Teskey looked like he broke the back spawns and they were really going to just run away with the map there. But it was a great regain from Panda. Fame and them, they had a good P3 and they kind of kept themselves in the game pretty much until that last P4. They had another good P3. And Pander did a great job playing his life on that P5 around P1. Just went on a really good streak to help his team get that time. But it was just that last two hills, the P4 and the P5. Like you said, Siski started to heat up again, went on a good spree. And they pretty much got those last two hills almost entirely uncontested. And that was a real difference.
Yeah, and honestly, just judging off of that map one, like I said, both teams were even. This search and destroy, I think I got to give it to the side of Center and Co. I think this team is even though these teams are fairly matched up, I do think experience goes over to the side of GodRx, Pander, Sensor, and Fame. I do think it's going to be a relatively close game again, and I'm gonna stick with my original assumption here that this whole series, I think it's going to be neck and neck, and it's really just going to come down to one player on either team he's just going to start popping off and just run away with the whole series.
Yeah.
But with that being said, we are loading into the map number 2 right now, so we're gonna send it back over to our casters, and we're gonna continue on with the series. Money is Serious up 1-0.
Thanks for form. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. We are in here with map number 2. In case you missed out, Money is Serious defeated Sensor and Co. in map number 1, and it was really close, but by the end, Money is Serious really started to pull things away. Both teams very accomplished in Search and Destroy, and I am joined by TG.
Yes, sir. And now we're just going to be getting right on into it. Teskey with the first blood, taking down Fame. They will be getting control over this A site. The bomb going to be down. So now it's all on Sensor and Co. for the retake. Littlefoot not letting the flank come in. With that, then there were two.
Uh-oh, but one of them is going to be Sensor, and the other is GodRx. Taking down 2, making it an even-footed affair. But on the other hand, we got Littlefoot getting slammed by Dunk Sensor Martin as well. But hey, So Alive does kill GodRx, and this might be where the experience comes into play. Sensor going for the defuse, and Tay nowhere near. And Sensor will be pulling this one from the jaws of defeat for his team.
Yeah, I mean, just absolute confidence on that. That defuse, his teammate went down and he's like, you know what I'm doing? I'm hopping the bomb. I'm getting down on it. No way is taking me, challenging me at least quick enough to catch me off the defuse. And with that, it will be Sensor and Co. A nice win from them. The retake comes out big, though that flank, again, didn't really quite happen. But you know what? If you can get kills in the front end, who needs a flank?
Right, I mean, it goes to show that both teams are technically skilled in different ways. I think that it's what Shane said is going to be really coming into play here is the experience of Sensor and Co. But that being said, Money is Serious have some good things on the to bring to the table as well. And so just to be a little bit different, but also because of their skills, I'm going to say Money is Serious taking this one.
Some bold claims there, but Siski, a good kill there. Teskey with the one beforehand, and now it turns down to a 2v1 situation. It could be Pander in the back. Very, not an unusual spot for sure, but he's going to be just chilling with the AR. Siski knows he needs to challenge. He's going for the long gunfight. Nothing will connect. Pander just trying to buy his time. There's going to be Siski, though, just chilling. And, Pander, as long as he's in the back, he's always going to remain a threat. And Siski, he just cannot find him, and the time is running out. He gets the kill, but there's no time to get the bomb.
Yeah, and again, TG, that is the experience of Sensor and Co.'s team coming into play and winning them yet another round. Money is Serious, bringing the heat on the bomb itself. They were able to kill pretty much everybody else but Pander. He's got the wherewithal to go back away from everything else. He knows he's just got to hold the bomb from a safe distance, and he can check the bomb whenever he wants when, it starts to get closer, because, I don't know, I feel like they've got a good feel for how Money is Serious is playing right now. COD kids these days, TG, I feel like people, at least in our generation, the newest generation of COD players, are less likely to go for defuses and try and find the final player before they go for the defuse, especially when it's such an open position.
Yeah, I mean, definitely. I think that is sort of a little bit the case. You know, you play for the time when you can is really what I like to do, or like to see from players instead of just going all out for the kills. You know, you play for the positioning. You play for all the time you possibly can, just not overexposing yourself and really just risking getting killed and taken off of key positions. But for right now, into this round we go. It's going to be Siski that's going to be getting this bomb down, but there's going to be a little bit of threat from behind. His teammate did go down, though now Siski, the bomb is down, goes up against GodRx, but the sniper from him shuts him down, and now it turns down to a 2v2 situation. GodRx, the sniper in hand. What more can you maybe find in this round?
What you gotta find is the defuse. GodRx. He might be able to find a good gun on the ground as well, but Pander gonna catch Littlefoot a little bit flat-footed. Haha. But yeah, you still got Teskey trying to get up close and personal, but Pander with the pistol claiming the day as well. Maybe I was a little bit off base with this prediction. It was a hot take, but I mean, hey, it's all these games have been really close, TG. It's coming down to just the experience level of Sensor Martin and co, and just the carefulness that their opponents are exhibiting.
Yeah, I mean, I would have to agree. I mean, sort of what we were saying in terms of the experience, in terms of, you know, being the players who have been at that sort of that pro level, you know, and being in those tough opportunities, and sort of, you know, sort of what you were saying in the map one with people being able to sort of slot themselves into positions. You're at a level in which, you know, these players know exactly how they play, and they know exactly how their teammates are going to play for the most part. Just a matter of the fine tuning that I think comes in at this sort of a level. And for right now, it does look like Sensor and Co are pretty much in a good spot as the way they've been playing these S&D. They know how these teammates are going to be playing, and they know what they need to watch.
Yeah, this time though, money is serious. They see it coming, and now they're going to be sending Siski very, very close to GodRx. Not going to be so easy to hold it down this time, but GodRx is going to be finding him first, and Doug Sensor Martin getting some good amounts of kills in this one as well. Holding it down on the site. Still got another one coming in. That's Tay just holding down the trigger, and Tay going into the pre-fire goes down. It's all on Teskey, kills the player in the back, but the final two players are on the objective. Not a lot of time remaining, but can definitely catch them apart potentially. But no, they chow together, and another round on the board for Sensor & Co.
Yeah, Sensor & Co looking to run away with this S&D at this point. I mean, they're up 4-0. For the side of money and serious, I mean, time to get serious. I guess would be one way to say it, but
right.
You know, they just need to get something together. They've been getting into these situations. They've had some situations in the early games where they had like the life advantage, but they just have not quite been able to close out these rounds at all. You know, you're looking at Teskey at 5 and 4 at the moment. The rest of the team, I mean, they're 2 and 4, 1 and 3 at the moment, and generally it's like kind of like all right, okay. But you look at the scoreline, it's 4-0. Pander is at 6 and 3, and Sensor's at 5 and 2. The rest of the team not as well. So it's just really just having to being able to shut down these key players.
Dude, look at these adjustments once again from Sensor's team. They fully give up their side of the map and go through the middle of the map because they know that their opponents they know how they're going to play at this point, TG. They don't extend past the objective, even though they totally could, and get some control that way, but there's not really any benefit for them doing that. And instead, they've figured them out. They go for a full flank mid-map control, and it takes a very long time for Money is Serious to get this plant down. They're playing very carefully to their credit, but that's something that Sensor and his team are taking advantage of. I definitely see that.
Yeah, I think Siski saw Sensor there, but unfortunately the timing, the positioning from him allows Sensor to get that kill. Well, from the back end, it's going to be GodRx that gets the kill, puts himself into a 1v1. I mean, him versus Littlefoot right now. Going to be all around just searching for the player, hops on in. But the trap is set, and just like that, it will be Money is Serious, able to claim a round.
Yeah, Littlefoot, calm, cool, and collected as ever, waiting for his opponent to just go in, try and find him, flying at him with the pistol is going to be going down. But yeah, TG, I'm kind of curious as to see what you think here. Do you think that Money is Serious are going to start to change and adapt their play to, you know, except for the craziness that Sensor & Co are coming out with? Because they are playing very textbook and safe, but Sensor & Co are absolutely not. So do you think it's going to change how they play a little bit?
I mean, it may. I think for right now, the side of Sensor & Co, in terms of S&D, they are probably the more experienced of the teams. They're clearly confident at what they can do. So it just comes down to Money is Serious. Can they adjust to sort of account for that confidence going, hey, they're going to chow everything that they absolutely can. And we'll just have to be in a situation where we can really counter that. I don't think they've really been in those positions so far, but this round for right now looking pretty good as they are up now in a 4v2 advantage. And it's going to be Teskey that finds one in the back and leaves alone Fame.
Yeah, Fame all by his lonesome, and all of the money is serious players going to be hunkering down on the dock side. So yeah, that was definitely not a safe play. And so I'm a little bit. It is a little bit against what we've been seeing so far, TG. They went full in for the B objective because, I mean, their opponents have been telegraphing that they've been hitting that site a lot. And so they took a little bit of a chance that they knew what their opponents were going to do next. It's the same thing that they've always been doing. And they completely caught them out. They got 2 players right off the rip. They killed Fame, and he still has been yet to get a kill. That's a little bit uncharacteristic for Fame being 0-5 this far into the series, far into the map.
Yeah, I have to agree with that generally as well. And for right now, the side of money is serious. I mean, you see their stats. Everyone's starting to pick up some kills. At least where they have start to count. They still have a little bit of ways to go, but certainly those last 2 rounds, definitely a nice sign from them that maybe they can make something happen. Sensor, though, takes down one, and that is also going to be the bomb carrier. So that really forces the hand of money is serious. But they have the life advantage.
That is a huge kill for Sensor. He forces opponents to come into his den. He's going to take down one. Teskey not going for the rechal, and GodRx with the help, looking to completely dismantle Money is Serious despite the bad position. That kill from Sensor so huge, it forced the game back into their hands, and now they know exactly where Tay is unable to seal the deal onto GodRx. And now Sensor actually going for a little bit of a different position, a flank in fact, gonna try and hold the bomb from inside of the warehouse. I like that.
Yeah, Tay's really made his position known with that lone shot though. So decided to Sensor code. They should know that Tay is around here. As Tay starts to work his way up, time is ticking on down though. You need to get a kill. You need to get the bomb. You need to make something happen. Well, that something will be his death there. As now it's going to be 5-2, Sensor and Co. 1 round away from taking this map, and if they do so, that would also tie up the series.
Yeah, it would make things 1-1 in the series overall, and would definitely play into what Reform and Shane Thor were saying. Obviously, our analysts, for a reason, they know exactly what they're talking about. They've been in the game a long time, and now might be seeing Sensor and Co. taking the Search and Destroy from Money is Serious. They are going to be doing a little bit more, again, the safe strat. Once again, TG, 2A, 2B. But I really don't see Sensor and Co. I think they're probably going to get an early first blood or plant where their opponents are not going to be, looking to get too stuck in early on, and the plant will be going down pretty easily.
Yeah, I mean, I have to agree. I mean, for them, they're splitting up their forces, and I mean, they just have not been able to go toe-to-toe as much as you would like in this S&D, so to put yourselves at a disadvantage this early, into sort of that setup, it really, really puts the team in a tough spot. As now you see, I mean, the result is just Tay is left alone in a 1v3, Sensor and Co committed everything. Money is Serious didn't. So it's going to be Tay with 1, trying to go for the second, but not quite able to do so. Nonetheless, players swarming all around him. There really was no coming out of that situation alive. So now it's going to be 6-2, and with that, it's going to be Sensor Co that tie up this series.
Sensor and Co. well and truly in the minds of their opponents in the Search and Destroy. Figured them out every single time. When you play by the book, the unfortunate thing, TG, is that everyone else can read that same book as well and know generally what you're going to do if you abide by it. So, the unorthodoxy and lack of fear to try out some crazy stuff, especially that defuse from Sensor, is not totally out of left field, but it's something you really have to be confident in order to do and have the experience that he does. So, yeah, things like that are going to be what put them over the top in the end of the Search and Destroy.
Yeah, I have to say maybe for their book they put a little asterisk at this point, going, you know what? Maybe in a few situations we can make some exceptions here. But with that, let's send it over to the analyst desk here as they will break down that map and possibly the future that we could see for the rest of this series.
Thank you very much, TG, for that introduction. Shane, why don't you give me your thoughts about that map first?
Yeah, I mean, Doug with just an absolutely amazing map, locking down that B site. Just really impressed with what he's able to do. I'm pretty sure he had the most kills in the lobby. Maybe someone on the other team might have had close to as many kills. That was something that was interesting for me. When they were up 4-1, Doug's team, The slaying for both teams was actually even. So the side of Siski and Co getting a lot of kills, but maybe not necessarily being able to close out the rounds. We saw that with Doug's Ninja Diffuse, won the round without getting a kill, and then the round where Pander ended up dying in that 1v1, but he ran the clock down long enough. So there's really good strategic plays out of Sensor and Co, and it's able to tie it up 1-1.
Yeah, I really got to give credit where credit is due to Sensor. He was able to get the bomb down almost every single offense round, and not even that, but even while he was trapped in a little B bomb room, he was still able to pick up 1, sometimes even 2 kills. So really big credit to him, but credit to his teammates also. I know it was GodRx and I think Pander who were watching over him almost every single time he was putting that bomb down. So really good teamwork from them to be able to communicate to each other, watch each other's backs, and whatnot. But yeah, that's gonna lead us into this control. Like we said, the first respawn, both of these teams were very evenly matched up, and I'm gonna go with my original prediction that it's gonna come down to one player on either team who's gonna just start going on a massive kill streak, and so I'm just looking for one of these players to really start heating up. Maybe it's Doug after that map 2 who's gonna really turn up the heat on his old teammates. But Shane, why don't you give me some predictions? Who do you have taking this map and the series?
Yeah, so I'd be interested to know. I believe since Doug and them are the better seed, they would have been able to just pick the control. So this likely is their better map. We don't know. This could also be Siski's better map as well. But I'd likely favor Sensor and Co coming into this. This was their pick, so we'll see what they're going to be able to do here. But I think again the respawns are very evenly matched. We saw what Siski was able to do on the Berlin, just really a lot of slaying power. And even in the S&D, we saw their slaying power. I mean, they were almost even in slaying, even though they lost like 6-2. So there is a bit more strategy in the control, but definitely going to be interested to see how that slaying comes in, especially for that potential round 5.
So who do you have taking this map?
Probably go with Doug and Co off the momentum from last map. Yeah.
All right, I'm gonna go against you. Say Money is Serious is gonna turn up the heat, take this map 3. But yeah, with that being said, the game has started to load down, and we're gonna send it back over to our casters and make our way forward for this map 3. Thank you guys.
And welcome back once again, ladies and gentlemen. We are tied 1-1 in the series. Sensor & Co versus Money is Serious for top 16 in Challengers Cup number 8. I am joined by TG.
Yes, and well, we're going to be getting excited to go into this one to control the Tuscan. It's 1-1, so it's really just a matter of who gets that advantage heading into a map 4. For right now, we'll be side of Sensor & Co. that will be taking the first defensive side as GodRx puts out some shots on Tay, though not quite able to get that kill. Viteski just chilling around that mid, finding one, but this A zone is starting to go. The first ticket secured, working their way on the second.
Yeah, just to echo what Reform and Shane said a little bit, I think that coming out of that last map, Sensor & Co are definitely going to be feeling a little bit hot, but I predict that although it will be a great map for Sensor with how much he's just been laying down the law, I still think that Money is Serious is going to be able to take this map in the end with just how orthodox they play very calm, they play very cool together, and I think that if the one thing that could really mess up Sensor's team is if they try too many ambitious plays and they get caught out for it.
Yeah, I definitely. It's really, I think, just making or having Money is Serious sort of make Sensor & Co pay for any sort of weird or unorthodox sort of plays that maybe they throw at them. But for right now, it's gonna be Money is Serious that starts to make their way around this backside. I see Littlefoot now working his way around. There's gonna be GodRx around that top plat side as well, as the rest of Money is Serious tries to get the manpower in from the front. That is made a little bit tricky from Pander, just sort of chilling around, but Teski finds a good kill with that. That may start to force the side of Sensor Co to push on out into the B side. Is now some progress slowly being made, but not quite enough to be competent to stick around it.
Oh, this is good. This is exactly what they needed. Money is Serious. They kill the players in the back, so they're flipping out the spawns. The major thing they needed to do that a lot of teams were struggling with is to kill the players that weren't yet spawning out and were still in their defensive positions. They get good control over the middle of the map, but not enough. The rest of the Sensor & Co players were able to instantly go right on back through the church and in the middle of the map. They instantly took that route because they're experienced and they know that that's what you got to do in order to get back to those positions quickly and prevent a take. And that's exactly what they do. Great recovery from Sensor & Co.
I mean, it was pretty much just, hey, you're going to spawn us out? Well, we'll gladly take it. We'll gladly take this battle up close and personal. And they were able to do so for a good time there, though. Number 3 now on that objective. Going to be starting to pick up some time in that B tick. The first one should be secured. Now it's just going to be on the side of Money is Serious. I mean, 13 lives to 12 to secure a tick. Maybe get the live kill, but Sensor just sort of running amok here. He can't quite finish his prey there, but it's going to be his teammate, I think, that picks up the scraps. And Sensor is still left alone to do his thing. Currently on a 6 streak, looking for one more for that glide. And, well, on this map, in some positions, it definitely can come in huge.
Oh, looks like my prediction was right, TG. A good map coming out for Sensor. Definitely feeling himself right now. He's on 1 streak, getting close to 2, and that could be the thing that they were predicting, Shane and Reform, that could put them over the top. 1 player going off. And so, yeah, he's got the streaks. He's got full streaks now, and that could definitely make a huge difference. And on the objective, though, is going to be Sizkey making a little bit of issues. And Sensor & Co. are... Oh, man, seeing a pixel of his head that completely takes out what I was about to say. And now in a great position to steal this one out with 9 seconds remaining is Sensor & Co.
Sensor going double, but will eventually get taken care of. But nonetheless, the damage that he's done, I mean, it's pretty clear. I mean, you go on a 10 in a control round like that, it's absolutely huge. Side of Money is Serious. I mean, they had some good opportunities. They had some good plays overall. I mean, we saw it when they got control over that backside and a little bit of control over that front, but it was just the side of Sensor Co. just able to just sort of bounce on back, able to quickly recover, you know, get the kills they needed to get back into the control, back into the driver's seat of that round. I mean, you're looking at Sensor at 11 and 5, but I mean, you also got Panda at 6 and 3. The rest of the team picking up kills where they really need to.
Yeah, I think that was one of the major moments, TG, is the fact that despite the fact that Money is Serious was able to get such good control over the spawn of Sensor & Co., they were able to just go a different way. If you got a problem, then you can just go around it and shoot it in the back. They kept good control over the middle of the map, which really prevented them from translating it into good control. And that's pretty much, that's a great moment for Sensor & Co. I need to see an adaptation from Money is Serious to make sure that that doesn't happen again. And if we do, I think that we can definitely see them having a better attack and maybe even a win on it.
Yeah, possibly. And, you know, Teskey, a good opening with the 2 kills now, just going on the hunt for some more. Sees one more top church, able to get that kill as well. The A zone, a lot of progress is being made. Teskey knows he needs to turn his attention over to the B objective as they are losing it. Needs some reinforcements from his teammates, and that appears to be coming on in. The question is, can they get the kills they need? And well, Sensor with 2. Make that 3.
Oh my god, Sensor. He's going even further. He's trying to get the spawn control, but one goes right past him. Littlefoot. Oh my goodness. He's going to be right behind the entire enemy push. He kills one, and again, Sensor able to be an absolute nuisance in the back. Now calling into the street to get the final kill, as well as the guy in the spawn just gets so much intel for his team, and he's going to defend himself as well from Sizkey. So now, keeping the threat alive as the first objective's about to go down. Sensor in a great position to put his team in another good position to cap the next objective. God.
Yeah, that streak usage there, that was great. You know, you got the kill, you got some of the threat, you got the intel as well, but you also have the opportunity to wrap streaks as well if you can get it. You're just like 2 kills away, I think, for him, because I don't believe the streak kill counts, but nonetheless, he's so close, but he's going to get taken care of from the side, and with that, opportunity for wrapping streaks does fade away, but still, the damage definitely has been dealt, it's been done, and Money is Serious. They need to get this defensive win, and it's just not quite happening for them. They have to hold on to the B site. It is 12 live to 13. Sensor & Co., though, have a minute and 20 seconds to play with.
Yeah, they really need to get that kill on Sensor because of the wrapping streaks, as you said, but also because they were spawning them out, and you know that if they do that for very much longer, that Sensor & Co. are going to be able to take the objective without too much resistance. GodRx getting pushed on very hard and does lose a key position on that side of the map, but Sensor, Martin, and Co. are going to be just going the other way. And Sensor, oh my god, destroying Teskey in that gunfight, trying to take down the setup they have from behind. Tay is going to be wise to it, though, and still a status quo we are seeing in the favor of Money is Serious for this round.
Yeah, Money is Serious, able to hold down the line, hold back the offensive pushes of Sensor & Co. so far. There's 38 seconds left, 5 lives to 7. Now, Money is Serious needs to start playing their lives really really, really nicely for them. I mean, just a matter of just holding your angles, and at this point now it's a 4v4. It's like an S&D. The B-bomb might as well be planted. As now it comes down to Sensor and Co. Can they make this break happen? Every single life counts. The time is ticking on down, though. Sensor and Co. a little bit of a disadvantage. Can they make it work?
Oh, they gotta go. Money is serious. They can't lose a player before the initial push comes in. They do get Sensor. That's the major player right now that you gotta take down. 21-11 off the table, but on the objective goes Pander. Trying to shoot some people in the back, but it's all on him. He takes down one, had to get the ace, but Money is serious, and too many good positions is gonna choke that one out. But it's gotta be said, TG, that was way, way, way closer than the previous defense. So Sensor and Co. looking pretty good on the attack. I think they're more likely to take one than Money is serious right now.
Yeah, definitely. And I would say for that, though, for the side of Money is serious, that's a big win for them, you know, regardless of saying it's close or not. They still got the round win. Sensor and Co. are now out of the streak, out of the glide bomb as well that he earned in the early game. So really, it didn't amass to anything more than just a single kill at the end of the day, which can come in handy for deciding who's defense and who's offense overall. But I don't necessarily even know if that would even be the decider, the way the kills have been going. But for right now, we'll see how Money is serious can start to go, as they are going to be picking up that first tick there. Siski and Church as well.
GG, I might have been wrong. Look at this. Look at how ambitious of a play this is for Money is serious. Seeing that they have really hurt Sensor and Co. and they push right into their spawn already, they're going to look to play the lives game. They've got the time in their favor, and they got some good streak going as well. I think that was someone else. Anyways, they've got some good control over A, and they're like, there's no way they can take us off this, so let's just go right up into their spawn, see if we can get some kills. And respectfully, Sensor and his guys, they are doing a pretty good job of keeping themselves alive and trying to consolidate themselves. They know what their opponents are doing, picking up on it pretty fast, and that's a great adjustment already in such a short period of time.
As well, I mean, Money series up 26 lives to Sensor and Co.'s 20. And I mean, Siski, he has streaks. He has that glide bomb in his back pocket as well. I mean, just on a 9 streak himself now, you know, really just turning what Sensor did in the first round into saying, hey, I can do it on this offensive round for my team as well. We are going to be absolutely slaying on out. Though it is going to be Sensor and Co. that are able to close that gap. Sensor, GodRX, Fame, all able to start to get some kills, but Siski, you know, you get both down, but you're back at it again, trying to make some magic happen, but it's going to be GodRX that catches him off. The little foot, nice little pistol kill comes out from him. The lives starting to dwindle, tick on down for the side of Sensor and Co. 1 minute and 20 seconds for Money is serious to get these kills or get the objective at this point.
They're playing the trade game, TG. They're playing it very well. Every kill that Sensor and Co. are getting is getting traded right on back, with exception for that one that Pander does. Or I might even be wrong about that. Look at this for Money is serious. The trading game is so good. They've whittled their opponents down so much in the live department, and they're realizing this again. Such good adaptations for Sensor and Co. But Siski coming around the back, gonna ruin their day. Misses some shots, some pivotal shots, but Teski is there to save the day, whittling them down even more. 9 lives with 48 seconds remaining. Money is serious. It could really go either way, and I think it could come down to Siski's streaks if he does decide to use them, TG.
Yeah, definitely, it would be an investment, and you know, if you use it, you want to get that round win. You really need to use it to get that round win, but 30 seconds left. Now might be the time to call it on in, and it does look like that's going to be the case. Siski, what can he find? There's going to be a few players around. Can't quite find anyone, but you do get some of the information. It's going to be Teski there on a nice little 3 streak, and with that, 20 seconds, the time has stopped. Siski on the hill, one jumps on out. Siski trying to find the kill, not quite able to do so. It's going to be Sensor and Co. They get the wave of kills, and Money is serious. The streak invested, 15 seconds left. Got to touch that hill, but Sensor and Co. They are going to be set up waiting for this next and possibly final hill, or final push at this point.
Sensor doing him dirty on that one, and oh no, Money is serious, spawning way too far away. They had such a good thing going, but TG, the time was not their friend in that one. They had so much of it coming out of that A cap that they were trying to use it to outkill Doug Sensor Martin's team, but it just didn't really work. They were able to play their lives well just enough, and early on when they started getting the kills in the spawn, they instantly pulled away from their own spawn towards the objective to prioritize the lives. And the second time when they were starting to catch them a little bit more, they grouped up even more so, TG, trying to defend the lives. So yeah, I was pretty... What? Sorry?
And now we're going to be looking into this right now. As Littlefoot starts to put out some nades, put out some stuns. GodRX going to be finding that first blood there on Tay for right now. Money is serious. Trying to push on up is not quite able to happen. You got number 1 though, making his way through the midsection a little bit. But for right now, it's gonna be Sensor and Co. Sensor with 1. There's gonna be another one coming around you. He's turning. He knows there's players all around him, but he can't quite get it done. But instead, it's gonna be Pander. This is no worries, my friend. I can pick up where you left off. The information is there. He pushes on up as well. He sees Littlefoot trying to challenge that one. The A zone is gone. 2 minutes and 5 seconds on the clock. Decided Sensor to make this run happen.
Is he getting too predictable, you think, TG? Because he went for the flank again, and this time got RX, saw it coming, he heard it coming or something, and he turned around and took him down. And already, not a lot of lives being lost, or time, for that matter. Sensor and Co. looking to get onto B in some good mid-control to boot. So all they've really got to worry about is Tay, and Fame gets him with a drive-by shooting mid-air. We got an RKO in mid-air here, TG. He fries Littlefoot as well, and he's on the best position possible to hold off the spawn from this position. Sensor can now play towards him and away from any potential difficulties, but can they hold off up against the onslaught, just the 2 of them?
Fame just absolutely doing work. Will get taken care of though, will go down, but ultimately still a nice big impact. You know, you're holding down that back lane, that back side, just able to fly on through pretty much almost the entire team of Money is Serious, like almost twice basically. But now it's gonna be the side of Sensor and Co. pushing on up, making this offensive happen. Sensor starts to make his way on through. Teskey though, to his right, just barely in. Well, there you go. Teskey, a good read from him. He gets that kill. Starts to break on out a little bit. The rest of Sensor and Co. huddled around that church radio, starting to make their presence known. The push is happening, but Money Serious, they know it. They're going to try and lock it on down.
This is usually a really good spot to be in for Sensor and Co, but the unfortunate thing is that they got a little bit bottled down in there, and their opponents were able to envelop them in there and turn it into a little bit of a shooting fish in a barrel type of situation. They were getting shot at from both sides, and it just took too long, and they lost the position because of that. But, I mean, they've still got plenty of lives, but not a whole lot of time, though, TG. That's the major issue for Sensor and Co. It's not the lives, but it's the time. And with Money is Serious so adamantly on this objective and in control over the middle of the map, it's going to be a desperate assault at the end of the round for Sensor and Co.
Yeah, for the side of Money is Serious, I mean, time is literally money at this point for them, as they are going to need to just continue to hold off this push. Just wear down the clock if they can. The side of Sensor and Co. Can they get a presence on Littlefoot? He finds one. These know there's another one. Someone needs to hop on that hill, and well, they're going to be shut down, unable to do so. So now with that, Sensor and Co., there's no time. You see them just sort of huddle around going, hey, let's have a quick little group chat as this round ends.
Yeah, just as Shane predicted, we're going to round number 5. Both teams have looked very, very good on the attack, TG, but honestly, have you been keeping track of the lives? Because I totally haven't. I've been seeing them as they happen, but it's going to really influence how this round goes. No one has been able to win an attack yet, and it appears that doing slightly better in the slaying department, Sensor and Co. will be getting this final defense.
Yes, they will be, and for right now, we'll have to see how this plays on out. You know, Money is Serious. Sure, you know, no offensive wins coming, but they've been close. So, you know, if there's a time to do it, time to, you know, break that trend, but, you know, just put it slightly over the line that's really been at. Now's the time to do it. Teskey going to be winning a challenge at church, but the door, I think, interfered with his movement a little bit. He gets caught face first into the wall.
Yeah,
It's
winning
gonna be
against
Sensor and
Fame,
Co.
but losing to the door. Unfortunate. But Siski still staying alive on the objective, at least stopping the time. Coming around the side. Oh, he tried to get Fame, but I think a little bit of help from the side from Pander definitely put him over the top on that one. But ooh, look at this. Money is Serious going in heavy duty for B. Only 2 people over there. They don't realize how many people are on B. And if, oh my god, that's a full team wipe here as well. They can hop on the objective. They're going to be calling this out. This could be B getting capped up by Money is Serious right now, TG. They really need to go and get a break on this objective, but in they go. They're all going to die. Trades are going to be left, right, and center, and it's not in time. A is all that needs to be capped by Money is Serious. The one thing that's standing between them and winning this map is the easiest objective to capture.
And with that, you know, Littlefoot was wearing down the lives on the A site, though he was not quite able to get the control. It's still, I mean, getting the kills, at least keeping the side of Sensor Co. back from the A site for as long as he possibly could. But for right now, Sensor Co., they know that the pressure is there. But Teskey for the backside, he finds one. There's going to be a few more players around. One coming, emerging from that church. Teskey is going to get caught with that sensor, eliminate that threat. It comes down to a head-to-head battle as they push onto the A zone, 16 lives to 13. It is going to be Money is Serious in a very good spot as they are able to get some control here. It's going to be Sensor and Co that need to push up against an entrenched Money is Serious as they are going to be looking for the offensive win here, the first one of this map. And well, that would put them over the edge. There you go, Littlefoot. Nice, yeah, nice call out there. He finds one.
Call out is so key, TG. They were hopping on the objective to try and put a lot of pressure on Sensor and Co to push now rather than get themselves together and push later, and it kind of worked. They are slightly in the lead on live, so with 1 minute and 30 seconds remaining, there's a lot that Money is Serious can do if they can just keep their lives going. Tay gonna knock Fame off the objective and has just got RX. Not a lot of health on the objective. He's about to get crossed out. Now is going to be the time for Money is Serious to hop on. The only one that can stop this is Pander, and he is not going to be on in time as everyone from Money is Serious hopping on the objective for the fast cap. They will be taking this one.
And they take the first offensive win of the series, and a very crucial one at that. I mean, like I said, like if there's a time to do it, now is it. And they were able to do so. Fabulous job capping that B site, able to transition out over to the A site. You know, it sort of took some time, but they, you know, nonetheless, like they know that A is the easiest hold, and once you get B, I don't want to say it's all over and done with, but it becomes a monumental task for the defensive side to hold on to A, especially when it's the only objective left.
Yeah, TG, that's right where I'm thinking as well. That loss on B early on is what absolutely killed Sensor and Co. But that's just what I think. You and me, that's what me and TG think. Let's go on over to our expert analysts and see what they think as well.
Thank you very much, Kamika. Yeah, what a map 3, what a control. I mean, it turns out my prediction was right, even though I honestly personally thought God of Exxon were going to win, but Shane beat me to that. But yeah, I mean, big plays coming out of the side of Money is Serious. I really want to highlight Teskey. You know, it seems like every time I'm looking at this guy on the mini-map, you know, I probably didn't catch his gameplay too much of that map, but just looking at his routes on the mini-map, this guy he's an absolute maniac. I mean, he doesn't stop, he doesn't slow down. Every time I see him, he's popping a 2-piece, he's popping a 3-piece. You know, he's really making some big plays for his team.
Yeah, I mean, just absolutely insane ending to that map. I mean, Doug started off round 1 on that 10 spree. Really just, I mean, he had, like, they only got 25 kills that round, and he had 10 of them just on 1 kill streak, which is insane. And then Siski responded going on a 9 spree, so a lot of really good individual performances, like, in the middle of the map there, but just a great team performance at the end there, like the heads-up play to hop B, stack it when you had the chance to, because a lot of teams might still just go for those spawn kills instead of just triple stacking that. So really heads up play there to triple stack that. And then from there, they just kept trading until they finally broke onto A. But yeah, winning an offense on Tuscan is not an easy task, especially when your back's against the wall round 5. You know, a lot of teams breathe a sigh of relief when they get that defense round 5. So great job to Money is Serious for sticking in there and just completing the map.
Yeah, for sure, definitely. You know, the chat is really wants to show some love towards Littlefoot right now. I did see Littlefoot on that map, getting a big, you know, going on some kill streaks, getting a 2 or 3 piece.
Yeah,
you know,
I mean, I'm just looking back. He had like 12 objective kills. Like no one else had like above 6, I think. Our Sensor had 9, but no one else on his team had above 6. So yeah, just some really important kills from him. Yeah.
Yeah, big plays out of everybody on the side of Money is Serious. Yeah, I'm really surprised with that last offense round. I wasn't expecting them to attack the B zone first, and clearly the side of Sensor and Co weren't either. You know, they were able to catch them on surprise, able to get that the harder zone off the board really quick, and then you know, it was a slugfest on it, but you know, the side of Siski and them were able to come out on top.
Yeah, just really good plays, really intense map. Always love the round 5s, even if they're predictable, but nice to see an offensive team win it too, for sure.
Yeah, for sure. And you know, coming up after this match, I believe we're gonna stay on board covering the winner of the series, as they are gonna be taking on Venom, Paul X, Jimbo, and Tom Gravity. I believe we already got the green light to stay on board with that match, so don't go anywhere. We're going to take a little break. These teams are still getting into the lobby, getting situated. So we're going to take a quick little short break. Don't go anywhere.
Everybody, we got a nice little game going on here today. We are covering the Challengers Cup number 6 community stream presented by Ezone Media. I am TG, joined by Comica here, but we're getting right into Money is Serious versus Sensor and Co. in the map 4.
Yeah, it's been a great game so far. Money is Serious. They've literally won it by an inch. They won it by an inch on the last map, and they are putting Doug and Co. at the edge of getting knocked out. It's a crazy situation to be in. Both these teams are awesome, and I think Gavudu's going to be a good sign of, how these teams really are in terms of rotational ability, because Tuscan and things like that, you can sort of get away with it, but then again, when we just saw Berlin, we saw Money is Serious getting a lot of good rotations, being the orthodox team that they are, and it looks like that's starting to change right now. Sensor & Co. getting spawns good early on.
Yeah, definitely. And Fame is going to be chilling on this objective right now, soaking up some of that time. It is going to be sort of even by the time that P1 closes off. Both teams getting a little bit over 20 points or so, but it's going to be the P2. It's going to be in the control. Money is Serious right now. It's going to be GodRX looking overhead, trying to get Tay. Tay peeks out for all of a moment. Does not get taken care of, able to back away, but GodRX starting to make this advance happen, goes down. Pander on the top boat, though. Side of Sensor & Co. They're playing around. They're trying to push on up, but they have not really been confident enough to really get control over this objective quite yet. Well, Pander just gets absolutely beat on by his 6Z there, and Teskey as well.
Yeah, not just making him walk the plank, but punching him off of the plank. You love to see it. Money is Serious. Again, despite the fact that they didn't get the early rotation, they were able to pretty much bully their way into it, and Sensor & Co., they've been, I'm going to be real, they've been a little bit hesitant when it comes to pushing the objective. They've been all in decent positions, looking like they're going to strike at any moment, but then only 1 or 2 of them go at a time, and then they all pretty much die and are unable to break the objective. So Money is Serious, able to get a lot of good time off the objective by virtue of getting there first.
Yeah, definitely. And for the side of Sensor Code, really comes down to trying to get some of these rotations, just getting the angles covered by your AR. His little foot at the top finds one. There's going to be another one on that objective. The little foot can't really quite challenge that, but nonetheless, still the presence is there to start to allow the rest of the team to push on forward. Little foot, a nice little kill there. Needs to try and avenge his teammate, not quite able to do so, but the kill is coming on in either which way. Vitae, maybe an opportunity to make a play, but it does not happen. It is not what this book is going to say.
Yes, it does not happen that way, TG, unfortunately. But yeah, Money is Serious. They're starting to get in a moment right now where, yeah, they're just trying to kill the player on the objective if he peeks his head out. But at the end of the day, they're not looking to lose these spawns. This is what you need to be keeping if your Money is Serious. They're even further cementing themselves into it now because they know that Sensor & Co. are going to start rotating. They see them in the middle of the map. They see them on the side of the map coming from the ship. And so they're looking to get back in the lead, although it's a very slight deficit. They are going to look to really come ahead on this objective.
Yeah, this one's definitely, I mean, it's a great response. You know, if you have the P3 control and you're able to respond, or if the opponent has the P3 control and you're able to respond with the P4, I mean, you're just trading which team gets the most hill time generally. You know, there's our exceptions, obviously, but overall, you set yourself up in a really, really good spot for whoever gets rotations on these two particular hills.
Okay, that's GG. They got the spawns, and they will be knocking Money is Serious out of them, but I mean, they've still got control over the objective, and it's not totally unprecedented that they could, oh my god, stick them in these spawns as they completely wipe out most of them. So this spawn flip might actually not work out too well for Sensor & Co. because with 13 seconds remaining, they got no time for these spawns that they have gotten. Teskey, he's killing so many people, TG, that he is running clean out of ammo. But yeah, see, already going to the next, back to the spawn topic, is that Money is Serious is already able to get good positions on the next hill and between Sensor & Co. and the hill.
Yeah, and Tay is going to be the one on this objective. The rest of Money is Serious. See number 2. Sort of pushed up around this mid, really watching for anyone sort of crossing over Littlefoot. He's going to see one, gets the kill. Gets out of the way. There's going to be another one in the back. His teammate picks that one up instead. Inside of Sensor & Co. Not quite able to make this advance happen. Littlefoot, a good kill. And it's just going to be them chilling around as they soak up even more time.
Sensor somehow got through the gauntlet only to die on the objective. That's why I was calling out for because I thought he was about to make a play. Unfortunately, the hold from Money is Serious is too locked down tight. Just some serious lockdown D that we're seeing from them. And ooh, Teskey! 2 for the price of 1, almost 3. But on this rotation, Sensor & Co., they're they're investing a lot in it, and it's not too surprising because they're so far down, and they're trying to keep Money is Serious stuck in these spawns by getting as close as it's humanly possible. So this is a good potential comeback from them to make.
Yeah, second set of rotation. This is where you make those adjustments. This is where you make those changes, saying, hey, you know what? Those things that we were doing in the first set, we need to change things on up. This is not how this team is playing, or at the very least, we can't really break off these rotations if we don't have them. We need to get them first, and that's what they're able to do. So for right now, as Fame is going to be chilling, though, Tay, able to come on in, get a little bit of a presence, and trying to wipe away what remains of the rest of Sensor and Co. Yeah, we got some control over this P2. 30 seconds left on it, the second half. Money is Serious in control.
Oh my god, these breaks from Money is Serious are looking very potent, TG. They're about to break 200 when Sensor and Co. have just barely gotten over 100. This is some scary stuff if you're Sensor and Co. But it's obviously the best case scenario if your Money is Serious. After that last Search and Destroy, I really would not want to test my luck going up against them in another one because of just, again, how badly it went for them. But again, they're about 100 points clear with 50 points to go. This is the best possible position Money is Serious could find themselves in right now, ideally.
Yeah, Teskey, I mean, going 18 and 12 right now with the AR in hand. I mean, this map is very, very big on the AR. So, you know, if you're showing up, you know, I see Littlefoot as well at 14 and 10, getting these AR kills, getting these long-range kills, and even some short-range kills when you really need to. It becomes an absolute mess and a very tricky situation for the opponents. He's able to get some trades going on. Teskey as well, back at it again, the SMG now. He's going to be trying to take control of this top boat. The rest of Sensor Co. trying to push on up, but I mean, they have not really had a whole lot of success. And well, there you go, the pistol on the ladder. It ain't going to be happening.
I respect it though. That was pretty funny from Pander, waiting for somebody to try and chow him, waiting on the ladder with the pistol. Would have been pretty cheeky if he was able to pull it off, but unfortunately for him, he's not. And now we're seeing Money is Serious getting primed and ready to win this game off of P number 3. They're in every single position that Sensor and Co. need to win this, and they are so far away. They need 15 seconds to touch this. Casey got to go huge, but he's getting chowed out by Teskey. Littlefoot taking down his support, and in he goes. Littlefoot shooting bodies. You love to see it. They know they're going to win, and no repercussions are going to be coming from the body shots. Waiting to the end to shoot bodies. Classy as it gets from Money is Serious. They're going to T8.
Yes, sir, indeed. 250, 120 will be the final scoreline of the Gavoot to the map for. And with that, they send Sensor and Co. home. And, well, for them, the side of Money Series, they are going to be advancing. I mean, you could tell that they were confident. You could tell that they knew that they had it in the bag there by the end of that matchup.
Yeah, and honestly, the major thing that I want to highlight going out of this is that they showed that they wanted it more a little bit. They just went to these objectives. They got the good rotations. They played by the book. And they got in such good positions that Sensor & Co. looked a little bit too afraid to push them. They were primed and ready to go many times, but they just did not execute very well in those times that they were ready. And as I say that, I want to hear what our analysts have to say about that as we see Sensor & Co. exiting the stage.
Thank you very much, Kamika. And yes, Money is Serious. Definitely proved that they are serious into the series. Shane, give me some thoughts.
Yeah, so absolutely wild. I mean, they take all 3 respawns. Again, like I was saying, after that map 1, the slaying just seemed to be really in their favor. And even in the map 2, they showed that they definitely are a slay-heavy team. And they just completely dominated that Kavutu. Sensor definitely with a weak map there. He played really well the whole series so far, so tough to see a map like that at the end. But, I mean, if you're the side of Littlefoot, Tay, and them, you're going to feel really good. I mean, Sensor left your team for a team of names that are supposedly, you know, considered higher tier or better team, and to 3-1 them in this cup for T16, definitely going to be feeling pretty good about yourself. But they got another match ahead of them, which we'll be covering next. And so for them, they definitely don't want to end here.
Yeah, definitely the side of Money is Serious. You know, a little bit of a grudge match right there. You know,
Yeah.
like we said before, Sensor was with them for cup number 5, so it did leave them for this cup. So you know, I'm sure that feels good over for our Littlefoot, Tay, and Teskey to get a little bit of revenge on their ex-teammate. But with that W, they are going to secure top 16. Unfortunately, Sensor, Pander, Godarex, and Fame and Co. are gonna leave with a top 32 placing. And the side of Money is Serious, they're going to be playing against Jimbo, Paulex, Venom, and for top 8. That's going to be coming up next pretty soon. But I just want to talk a little bit more about that series. We mentioned before that these teams were pretty well even, and it's really just going to come down to one player who's going to be able to just step it up and just start taking over. And I think in that hard point specifically, I think it was Teskey. Teskey really did. He was showing a lot of life throughout the whole series, but that last map in particularly, I think he really did step it up a lot for his team. This guy was looking unkillable. A lot of times, every time we hopped on him, he wasn't losing a single gunfight. Towards the end, also Littlefoot, he really picked it up. I think he went on like a 5 or 6 kill streak before, and then we saw him shooting the bodies, letting them know that he's here and he's trying to play for this top 8.
Yeah, I mean, you really knew this map was pretty much over when on that, I believe the Tower Hill, I believe that's P4, I guess, when they flipped them to the back spawns and had rotation to P5, and Sensor and Co. responded with like a 20-second run away from P5 when it started. It was definitely going to swing in the favor of Siski and Co. Again, I'd like to put out Siski too, who map 1 had a huge map, was streaking the entire time. And then also even in the control, he did finish negative, I believe, but he went on a 9 spree one round that really helped his team. So yeah, just great plays all around from them. They're going up against the 5 seed now, Team War, which will be definitely a tougher match. But they did win this pretty convincingly at the end, so we'll see what they can do in this next one.
Yeah, even that control was a crazy series. Doug,
Yeah.
he had a very monumental performance, but unfortunately weren't able to take that control. But very great series coming out of both teams. And with that being said, we're gonna send it over to we're gonna send it over to a little break as we do get this next series started up for you guys. But don't go anywhere. Come back if you need to. We're gonna be tweeting out updates. Thank you very much.
Welcome back, everybody. And well, that was a phenomenal last series that we had. But now we look to this game. We got the top 8 teams going at it right now. It's going to be Team War versus Money is Serious. And this is an EU Zone community cast of the Cup, or Challengers Cup number 6. I am TG. I am joined by Kamika as well.
Yes, indeed, you are, TG. We're in for another banger of a match. It's the last one that we're going to be covering for the night for T8. So a lot on the line right now for these teams, including placements. We've got Money is Serious, who is the 21st seed, going up against Team War, who is the 5th seed. But, they just went up against Sensor and Co., who is the 12th seed, and they beat them. So you've definitely got some giant slayers in our midst, TG.
Yeah, definitely. From that series, at least from our perspective, it wasn't a series that we thought they'd win. It was one that we knew they could put up a fight. Like, no doubt, no question about that. But, we were sort of expecting Sensor to come out on top. But now, proving us wrong, it kind of comes down to the question of what more can they do? What is the distance that they can really go? And, now we've reached to a point where now they're playing Team War here, which is going to be Venom, Paulex, Jimbo, and Gravity. So, overall, if there's a team to really start to put your name on it, this is going to be the next one up for them.
You beat some CDL pros in the last game. I think that they can definitely put it up again this game, TG. I think Money is Serious. Hot take, gonna win this game. I'm gonna call it a 3-1. 3-1. Money is Serious wins this one. Hot take again, but we'll see just how well that goes.
Yeah, I'd have to go in the opposite direction a little bit. I'd say Team War, but I'd say more of a 3-2 for the side of Team War over here. Just from what I've seen them play. Again, we'll have to see again how this turns out in the very end, because we could completely be wrong. It could be a 3-0 in one way or the other. You never know. It's never over until the final map is really won for either side of that third map. But we're going to be looking into the game now as we're going to see this pop on up for the first map, the Gavoot 2 hardpoint. Or maybe not.
Once again,
not
we
have to be the case.
We have to do our ceremonial reset, but it's
That's
all
right.
good, ladies and gentlemen. It gives us some time to hear from our analysts, Reform and Shane Thorne, what they have to say about it.
Yes, thank you very much, Kamika. And I gotta disagree with you there, Kamika. As much as I want to see Money is Serious take the W here, I think this task that they're fronted with is a bit too tall for them. You have players Paulex, Venom. These two were in the CDL last year, and they're also joined by Jimbo, who's one of the top challenger players, and then of course Tom Gravity, who's an even bigger top challengers player right now. But yeah, with that being said, I'm not sure what happened with the lobby here.
Yeah.
We are getting back in there. Keep getting a bit dev error, but Shane, why don't you give me some thoughts about this match?
Yeah, sorry, Mike is muted. But yeah, I think one of the toughest parts for a team like this trying to upset is that these guys don't seem as good in S&D, at least from the last series. Who knows? It could have just been a fluke on Berlin or something. But really, when you're playing these top teams that likely are going to outslay you, you kind of have to regain an S&D and try to capitalize in that mode. So I'll really be looking to see if they can take map 2. I think that'll really be the only way they have a chance in this series. But again, I mean, they've been playing really well, so anything can happen. But I think on paper, for sure, Team War is the more talented team, and I'd probably have to take them as well. Even though I think that Siski and Co definitely have a chance to win this, but yeah, definitely going to favor Team War, and I'll probably say 3-0, honestly. But we'll see. I think anything can happen in this series.
Yeah, I mean, as much as I don't want to see a 3-0, we got to give it to the side of Money is Serious. They are coming off of a huge victory over Sensor, Pander, Godorex, and Fame. So, who knows? Maybe they are able to carry some of that momentum over.
Yeah.
The side of Team War. Maybe they had like a little bit of a lackluster previous round. So, who knows? Maybe if they come out slow this map and Money is Serious comes out guns blazing, they might be able to take away this map 1.
Yep.
But with that being said, we are loading up into the map here, so we're going to send it back over to our casters and get this match underway.
Yeah, thanks, Reform. And I do agree. It is an ambitious claim that I'm making that Money is Serious can win this, but I think that if I'm backtracking a little bit, I'll think they'll at least take this map because they're coming off of such a good performance up against Sensor and Co. on Kabudu. So I think that they can at the very least take this map. I am joined by TG.
Yes, sir. I mean, I'd have to say, no matter what, Money is Serious is definitely going to put up a fight. They've really shown that they can really put in the effort. Last series they had a tough S&D map, but they were able to bounce on back. They kind of shook that one off. But into this one, maybe we got another situation going on. Who knows what in the world's going on? But nonetheless, we'll be trying to get back into this as soon as we can.
Yeah, and until we do, ladies and gentlemen, we're just going to go to a quick break. But don't go anywhere. We're going to be getting back in here with this awesome match for T8 with you very, very soon.
Welcome back, everybody, and we'll be getting into this game, this matchup here. We got Team War versus Money is Serious in this Challengers Cup number 6, presented by E-Zone, or community stream presented by the E-Zone Media here. And we're playing for top 8, and I am TG, joined here by lovely Comica.
Oh, and what a way to start things off. Explosive start, I guess you could say, for Team War, as they kill 2 off the rip with a grenade, and then the final 2 with their guns. So Team War starting things off pretty dang nicely with some time on the objective. Money is Serious, on the other hand, TG, are looking to take this loss on the hill on the chin and move over to the next objective and get a strong start going into the rest of it.
Yeah, right off the bat, a little bit of an uphill battle as they will be trying to get some control of this P1. Doesn't really quite happen for them. Instead, yeah, they do start to back on up, get some of this mid-map control, some of the boat control as well going to them for right now. So for them, P2 rotation is one that they can really hope to achieve, one they can really hope to get. Gravity trying to get a nice little wall bang, though it will not happen. There's going to be no one on the receiving end.
Especially no one really in the control over the middle of the map. Jimbo able to walk right on into the objective, strolling easily as it gets. And now putting a little bit of pressure on Money is Serious, but Teskey under stressful situations doing a pretty good job taking down the final player that is harassing them. So some good time on the table for Money is Serious to take, but coming out as TG, you got to take into account the fact that Team War do have the next hill spawn, so that's another objective that Money is Serious has to worry about on the current objective.
Yes, and for right now, Littlefoot starting to look overhead around the rocky bridge, and will go down. Venom, though, from the backside or from the bottom, will go down as well. Gravity just chilling, soaking up some of this time. Right now, one will hop on in. He finds one trying to go and turn onto the second. Does not quite happen. It's going to be Tay that comes out on top. Will remain on this hill for the last few seconds. There might be a brief last-second challenge, but it needs to be the next hill that becomes the focus. And while you see Team War, they're going to be set up around that top circle area, along with number 7 on that hill. Jimbo really just going to be looking for anyone who pushes through mid for any kind of rotation, any kind of cycling over into the next hill. Paul X with the good kill there. Unfortunately, does not quite achieve a second.
Yeah, but he doesn't need the second to get streaks, and that's the major thing I'm oohing about TG. The fact that they are now in possession of streaks. So, yeah, Team War, great start, great spawn control, and great overall map control. As soon as they realized that they had lost control over P2, they pretty much just held their positions and took control over P1 once again, so it would make it even harder for Money is Serious to push into anything good. And now Team War, they're taking more than pretty much exactly what their opponents are giving to them. They're trying to now even further extend this into control over next, because they look at the time and they're like, all right, we can probably get some good control over P4 now as well with how many kills we've gotten. So Team War looking absolutely ruthless.
Yeah, for the side of Money is Serious, it's sort of a little bit of a dose of your own medicine for what we're seeing currently. Because, I mean, we saw them play Sensor and Co. We saw them have a good, strong lead, really, in the first set of rotations. And, you know, with some of the rotational control this time around, it comes down to Team War sort of in that driver's seat for right now. It's going to be Pollux with a nice little streak kill. Gravity and Venom following up with some kills. And with that, they find themselves onto the next hill, onto the next rotation. Going to be number 2, left alone in the back. Littlefoot, can he maybe have an impact? He's able to find 1. The rest of the team starts to come on in, funneling on in with some reinforcements, but it's going to be Team War that mows them on down, but trickling a little bit, still continuing from Money is Serious.
Yeah, all these challenges that they're getting are like 1 or 2 seconds at a time, but a vast majority of the time it's still going into the hands of Team War. Eventually, TG, if you keep making these chows, you're going to be looking to get hit on the counterattack. Tessie going in for an albeit very late chow, but it could be good because he's also using it to try and make sure that he gets intel for his teammates. Say, hey, they're going P1, and you see already you got Sizky trying to pick up on that. He's going very far back and making sure that he gets a sight line on the approaching players coming from there so that they can't easily break them out of spawns for P5 as well.
Yeah, this next objective for right now, Money is Serious, is going to be on it. Going to get some time, though. The presence they had on the boat going to be washed away. Moore starts to make this advance. They see Sizky on the side. Venom trying to challenge on out with the nade in hand. Can he get it? Tosses on out. We get a hit, but no kill quite yet. As Seymour starts to push on forward, but Money is Serious, a good amount of time going to them for right now. This is the hill that you really need to start to get some time, and they are very much achieving it.
It's a big kill because now they can extend out from the ship. You still have Tay to deal with, but now at least you're not getting shot in the side. This could be a good opportunity. Could have been a good opportunity for a break, but unfortunately, they get killed 2 at a time. So Team War, it's going to be difficult for them to get any time off this. Gravity going to try and hop on it, but instantly gets taken right back off of it. So Money is Serious, man. Nothing really coming easy to them, but they are making great strides off of this P5. TG, they're still in it.
Yeah, they really, really are. Money Serious closing that gap just as much as they can, and there you go. Tesky trying to climb up the rocks, a little bit of a surprise attack, if you will. Does not quite happen though. With Team War, they're ready. They're waiting at the top end. Gravity on this hill right now. Sees one player, tries to get the kill, is able to get it done. There's gonna be another one right around it. Well, there you go. Finds the heads. I think finds the 2. So with that, just still on this time right now. The rest of the team pushing on up. You see Money is Serious. They're going to be pushing up the midsection a little bit, but Gravity stays alive on that 4 streaks. Now on the horizon, now within the sight line.
Oh my god, Gravity looking so hot right now, TG. He has got the hot hand. He's 4 in a row, and no one is really looking able to stop him. No one wants to challenge him if it's straight on gunfight. But, I mean, Sizky able to shoot him from a very long distance on the side, and that's pretty much the only way you can kill him is if he doesn't see you. But Team War already on the next objective with some serious force, and they can even use Venom to get a strong cutoff or a spawn flip, because that is something that they're probably going to be thinking about, because the likelihood that they actually win off this objective, it's there, but it's not incredibly likely.
Yeah, definitely, for sure. And Money is Serious, I mean, they are in a position where they need to hold every single rotation, need to get all of the time they possibly can. Can't afford Team War to get any breaks. And Tesky just going to be chilling around this left side. The rest of Team War going to be coming his way. As Littlefoot finds 2. And Tesky just waiting for his time to pounce. He finds 1, finds the second. Nice, easy kills there. Going to be looking for another one through mid. Can't quite get it, but the call should be there. Littlefoot looking like he's going to be the one that picked that one up. And Tesky still going to be a little bit of a menace, a little bit of a problem on this left side.
This is the best Money is Serious has looked all series, TG. I gotta be honest with you. If they had just pulled this out a little bit early, I would say absolutely they can come back and win. but with how far down they are, they're 90 points down. I'm not totally certain. And again, Team War, they know that their opponents are going to eventually try and transition to keep them stuck on the P1 area, and so so they go in there pretty much instantaneously and kill the player that's trying to stop them there. They go there and they go there in force. Testy's going to be getting taken down just before he gets his glide bomb, and Money is serious. They still got moderate control over the objectives, but a hailstorm of grenades is going to make it difficult for them to actually eat up this time.
Yes, sir, and Venom looking overhead, starts to make a little bit of advance. Not going to be able to do so. The advance will get shut down, as it's going to be Money is serious. With the control, but gravity from the back. Finds a good key player, trying to get the wall bang in, runs out of ammo. Can the rest of the team push on in? Teskey needs to come out huge,
GG.
and well, he can't.
They flipped out. Just like that. Money is serious. You need Siski to win this fight, and just like that, they've got the rotation to P4 on lock. Yeah, you're going to be getting closer if your team War to victory based off of this last 10 seconds, but Money is serious. They're getting a really good rotation. It's been honestly gifted to them a little bit by Team War. They went in my opinion, a little bit too hard, and it caused them to get hit on the counterattack very, very not nicely by Money is serious, and now they end up with the P4 spawns. Money is serious. If you get one more good moment like that, you could see yourself winning this game. You got to hold this hill down first, though.
Trying to make that impressive comeback a reality. Down by so much, but still able to climb on up. But just like that, Team War, the wave of kills. Is this going to be the end? Is this what breaks the camel's back here? As they're now within 10 points away. Money is serious, needs to trust this hill. They are here for a contest. Teskey comes on in, huge finding too. Getting control over that hill. Team War now going to be spawning in the back. 18 seconds left, they can still win on this objective. It's all down to Money is serious to hold them back for a few more seconds, a little bit more time. Can they do it? It does not look like that's going to be the case, as Money is serious gets wiped away. And it's going to be Team War that comes out on top in the end.
That was a huge moment there at the end from Venom. I think it was Venom who went in for that final chow, knocking the players off the objective. If they did not win those two individual 1v1s, TG, yeah, it was him and Gravity. If they had not taken down the players previous to Littlefoot getting there, I don't think that they would have necessarily been able to completely get the time that they need, and the rotation would have been in the hands of Money is serious. And from there, the game is really broken wide open. So it really did come down to that one fight in particular, but yeah, obviously there's a lot more to it than just that, as our analysts, Reform and Shane Thor, will explain to you right now.
Thank you very much, Kamika. Shane, why don't you start us off with this one?
Yeah, so one of the standout players for me that map was Gravity, going 23 and 13 with 2 minutes in hill. Just, I feel like this map really caters towards like the structural kind of play style that he has, and it seems like his team has as well. I did give more credit though to Tanko. They definitely stayed fighting that map. They didn't just let it be a blowout. They definitely put up a fight and made it closer than it initially seemed it was going to be. But I think that Team War just had too big of a lead. It was just going to be really hard to come back in that one.
Yeah, definitely. And I mean, credit to Money is serious. They didn't just throw in the towel when they were down a significant amount. They did start to claw their way back in towards the later half of that game. We saw, I think it was Teskey again. He went on a bit of a streak there of his own. And, it's good to see Teskey really carrying over that momentum for the last series. He really, in my opinion, he was the MVP of that series. But if Money is serious wants to start winning some of these maps here in this series, it's gonna take more than Teskey just picking it up. And I'm really looking at someone like Siski or Littlefoot to step it up there.
Yeah, I mean, also interesting going into this Berlin S&D. I'm sure they have like an auto veto or something, but they didn't play it too well in the last series. It was really the only map that Sensor and Co. Took off them, and took pretty convincingly at that as well. So maybe they can make some adjustments, regain on it. But as far as the confidence in this series goes for them, it might be a little lower than I thought with Berlin S&D as map 2.
Yeah, I mean, the Berlin S&D didn't go too well for Money is serious last series. And looking at looking at how these teams stack up for this series, I gotta go again with the side of Team War taking this S&D, and it's gonna put them up 2-0. Money is serious didn't look too good on this map last series, so I'm not really expecting them to come out on top this one either.
Yeah, we'll see what happens. Hopefully Tay and them can bounce back this map. But yeah, I'm probably gonna have to take Team War as well.
Yeah, I mean it's unfortunate. You do. I always love to root for an underdog. If Money is Serious could maybe, maybe they learned from their past mistakes last series. Maybe they switch it up. Maybe they try something new. Who knows? But with that being said, we are loading into the next map here. So I'm going to switch it over to our casters, and they're going to break down this map for you. Thank you very much, guys.
And thank you for. Did you switch yet? Ah, shit. Okay, but yeah. Anyways, TG, that's what we're forming. Thor were saying was pretty much exactly what I was thinking. This, when I said 3-1 in my initial hot take, this was the map that I had them losing. But do you think that Money is Serious has taken the learning from Sensorinko and are looking to make big changes that are going to win them this map this time around?
I have to kind of say no on that one. Changes, probably. Big changes enough to have a huge impact. It's very, very tough, in my opinion, to really solve those issues within a series, series gap, really, in the end. But, I mean, we saw it for right now, outside of Money Series. I mean, they're just able to get these kills, though, and Team War now left alone in round 1 is Gravity in a 1v3. So maybe those adjustments came in. Maybe they're knowing what to expect a little bit more into this Berlin.
Looking very much like that, TG, as they've gotten the bomb down with basically seemingly no hope for Gravity to be able to get it, but he's got a stray Tay up in the rafters. I think he knows he's there. Yes, he does. He takes him down, but at the same time, reveals himself with 30 seconds remaining. You see now Sizki and Teski trying to get a little bit closer to each other to set up the possibility of a trade because they know that Gravity is a pretty good 1v1 fighter, and they don't want to leave themselves open to getting killed without the trade.
Yeah, Gravity's going to see Sizki. Sizki, I think they know as well. Now they know the shots are fired. Gravity able to pick up that bomb, maybe, but there's just no time. And Money is Serious. They know they have him trapped. And with that, they claim the kill. 1-0 for right now. That's going to be Money is Serious taking the first round.
Yeah, Money is Serious. They looked pretty strong on that defense. As soon as Team Ward tried to go in for the take, they instantly fried them. So yeah, good on them for that. Overall, good map control. We saw Tay holding down the center of the map very well as well. So, yeah, overall, great setup for Money is Serious. They've pretty much locked themselves into the orthodoxy that I was pretty much talking about them the entire time. They're still going with that a little bit on this map, but maybe eventually, once they've felt out their opponents a little bit, they make breaks out of that, is what I'm thinking, TG, and they try and do something crazy based off of something that they've learned from their opponents.
Yeah, definitely a possibility, but for right now, Team War have the man advantage, 4v3, and well, there you go, Venom finds another in this round, and Littlefoot gets tagged, able to get away, but the information is somewhat there. The Money is Serious, put in a tricky situation on their offensive side. Maybe Team War just sort of chilling around this site, around the A site. Money is Serious has to make this advance, and well, for that comes a lot of difficulty on their end.
Yeah, Littlefoot still trying to find the guy that's harassing their flank, and he will be getting instead found by him. So Team War looking even better on the defense, pretty much locking things down on the inside of the objective. Money is Serious. As soon as they took a singular casualty, everything just stopped. Nothing else really happened. They were hoping that Team War would try and give them a counter pick and get overly aggressive, but that didn't happen. And I feel like it's still part of the getting to know you phase, TG. They're seeing if their opponents will try and go out for a nice counter chow or something like that after they got a kill. But obviously Team War, they're experienced, they're veterans. They're not going to be trying to do anything crazy like that when they've got the manpower advantage on the defense. So yeah, I think that's something that they need to take into account now that they've seen that hand played from Team War.
Yeah, this is definitely still the early S&D. This is where you get those feelers on out and seeing exactly how these teammates want to be playing this. And well, right off the bat, an aggressive hit. And now it's going to be Team War in a 2v3 situation. Littlefoot, though, finds one. Leaves Jimbo left alone. The trade is there, though. Last two remaining players going to be around that A site. Well, Jimbo, the absolute beam in the turn. There's going to be another one around that window. I think Jimbo there got the call. I don't know if he saw it himself or the teammate called it on out, but I think they know that he's somewhat around there. But the 1v1 now. Tense situation is going to be Jimbo, though, that comes out on top. Tricky situation that he finds himself on in, but don't worry, because he can find a way out.
TG, they must not have known that they had the bomb down. Otherwise, Tay, they both ran right away from it. I'm sure that they're gonna be looking back on that and being like, oh shoot, I wish we had known that we had the bomb down in that situation. We wouldn't have rotated away from it like we did. Instead, we see Jimbo, 5 kills in a row, 1 off of streaks very early on, and that could definitely make a big difference in this game that is still otherwise pretty close.
Yeah, I mean, so far still the early game, but some decent signs from both ends, going a little bit back and forth. But it really comes down to Money Series to keep up the pace, to keep things the way they're going, and sort of the back and forth style that we've seen. It's gonna be Pollux that gets tagged, gets taken away. But the response is there from a nade from Gravity.
It's going to be a 1-for-1 trade, and all of Team War is sitting right on next to each other. Ooh, good shot from Littlefoot. Going to pick Gravity right out from between both of his teammates. Money is serious, though. They do have the issue of the bomb going down, and Jimbo being very audacious, pushing through the middle of the map. Now they know exactly where Venom is. Without that mid-map control, Money is serious, able to jump from it and shoot him clean in the face. So Money is serious, still very much in this series. And I do believe they also prevented Jimbo from getting streaks at that.
Yeah, definitely huge. I mean, nonetheless, I mean, Jimbo was on a 3 from the previous round beforehand anyway. So yeah, you're on the road to streaks. You shut them down. You shut the rest of the team more. You keep things toe to toe. Keep things kind of even overall. You find yourself still, definitely still back and forth is tense for both sides. You know, we've seen what Money is serious can happen in S&D, where they kind of got run through a little bit by Sensor and Co. But overall, this time around, yeah, those adjustments definitely being made for them. They're definitely expecting a little bit more. It's going to be Gravity, though, that finds that first blood in this round.
Oh, but Teskey going to get right up close and personal. Paul X. This is such a tense situation. He's got an enemy right behind him. Tay has walked past him, but sees him in the end. But are they going to take the hint that they are going to A? Because that's what they've been leading on. But Venom is clearly over at B. And Venom also going to hit him with the most cash money grenade of the tournament so far. So it's all on Tay. One enemy's position known, the others completely unknown. 40 seconds left to get the defuse.
Yeah, just like that, Tay finds one, turns it to the 1v1. Tay versus Venom. Looking like they maybe see each other. Well, it's going to be Venom that gets the better of them. And with that, puts Team War up 3-2 now.
So unfortunate, Tay. He had the right idea, but Venom just had the right idea a little bit later than him and turned the corner a second later. If it literally had been off by 1 more second, that is the definition of COD timing, TG. Off by 1 more second, I think that Littlefoot would have gotten away, but that may or may not have helped him actually kill his opponent and defuse the bomb. So Team War playing pretty sneaky tactics and are going to be getting the lead off that attack.
Yeah, Tay gonna be looking for some crosses. Might have seen one. Now just lie in wait, Venom. As one goes to him, there's gonna be another one right around the corner, but Venom gonna stun himself a little bit, but he pushes on up, finds one.
Oh!
Here you go, you end the round with style.
Oh my god, Venom, that was amazing, dude. He kills the first person and goes for the counter shot on Siski. The audacity of this man, literally one shot after that, legit one, but the confidence to take that shell, oh my god, that is only CDL Pro material right there, ladies and gentlemen. He was in there for a reason, and now he is 1 off of streak. So the streak woes for Money is Serious might not be gone just yet.
Yeah, I mean, he pretty much was like, oh, wait a minute, there's another one. Hold on, let me take care of that one as well.
Another one.
Yeah, definitely. And into the next round, I mean, Venom, yeah, you're on 2 away from that glide, I believe, at this point. I think, I don't know, I'm going to be honest with you, it is definitely weird keeping up with all the numbers and the switch-arounding and the switcheroos and everything, but Venom just tagged up, able to get away, slither his way to safety. It's going to be Gravity. Looking overhead, Teskey, yeah, right below. He's just splitting through both of them.
And he ends up giving Venom the streaks. I think he was trying to go in there so he couldn't save them. But instead, they give him a window back into this game, and he gives him 1 streak. Venom, all he needs is 1 more in order to get the glide bomb, and he's got 3 available. 30 seconds left, and Team War seeing if anybody will have the gumption to try and chow out at them. But it's not looking very likely. I think that Gravity is just trying to help Venom get his final streak here, and if they get another kill, great. They'll try and push out onto the objective, but if not, they have such a big lead that they'll be chilling. But one thing I have to bring up, TG, is that this is round number 7, and if Money is Serious wins this, then you know what I'm about to say. Go ahead and say it.
Oh, you love the round of 7, giving them the advantage, or in your eyes, at least in the advantage. They give them, I don't know, some luck. Generally, a good momentum shift as well. But for right now, it is going to be Money is Serious that takes that round. And with that, now 4-3. They're still going to be trailing behind Team War, though.
Yep, but Venom does still have the possibility of getting the glide bomb. Obviously, the current one that he has is now GA'd, so yeah, he's the main idea for that round. TG is as soon as they lost their 2 players off the rip and they found themselves in a 4v2 situation, they're like, all right, let's just nurse this streak. We're going to be fine. But again, round number 7, it's magical, and it is the first round of the second half. So when we're looking at this from the perspective of momentum, Money is Serious is going to have it at the beginning of the second half of the Search and Destroy.
Yes, for right now. The gunfights start to
Teskey,
rage on out. Yeah, Teskey works his way forward. There's going to be a player right around him. Ooh! Just weaving in and out, able to come out on top. The trade trying to be there. Teskey, though, trying to say no, 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 but he goes round and round, and with that exposes himself to another opponent. That's going to be Littlefoot now. Looking to maybe clean things on up. There's going to be Gravity over there to the left. There's going to be Pollux in the back as well. Gravity gets caught by Littlefoot. Now it turns down to a 2v2 situation. Pollux and Venom versus Littlefoot and Tay.
There's someone right behind him, and that is huge from Venom once again. The kill stops the plant. It is also the final kill he needed for his streak. It's all on Tay in the middle of the map. He's got an enemy right above him, little to his knowledge. He jumps up right in front of him, and oh, you hate to see it. But Team War is going to be taking another round. Still possible for Money is Serious to use this round of 7 curse to their advantage, TG. But obviously, it has to be perfect from this moment forward.
Yes, sir. And for right now, I mean, Money is Serious. They have to go 3 rounds straight. Is it possible? Yes. Is it going to be difficult? Oh, you can bet it is. They seem more just looking for one more round away. I mean, you got Venom now on the 7 streak, 9-3. You also got Jimbo there at 7-5 so far. Doing some nice things overall. It's going to be Money Serious pushing up, but it's going to be Team War that pushes the B site instead.
Yeah, they were so ready for an A hit that they, yeah, unfortunate for them. But now Venom going to be trying to get some intel and maybe even a kill with a streak. Unfortunately for him, not going to be getting any. But they've still got all their players left alive with 30 seconds. Money is Serious. That push has to come out now. Paul X jumping the gun, revealing himself, and now they know exactly where he's at. Gonna try and go around the corner. Does find Teskey and almost another, but Littlefoot does gun him down. The rest of Team War, however, TG, are going to be very entrenched with eyes on the bomb.
Yeah, Venom just peeking on out. He knows that he just has to check for the timing there. There's going to be one on the bomb, though. The bomb's going down. Someone needs to check. Someone needs to get the kill. Venom, he gets it done. And with that 8 seconds left, and well, there you go. The rest of the team, Money is Serious, gets taken away just like that. Team War knows that the time was on their side. Know they just needed to push and get those kills. Venom, for a second, I thought maybe he wasn't going to be able to get that kill. But he gets it just in time.
Yeah, I don't know if he realized that his player, at first I thought he didn't know that the player was still on the bomb, but obviously he did. He rechecked it and he got the kill that he needed to. That was the thing, the final nail in the coffin for good old Money is Serious. But I mean, overall they played some good games. They did a lot better than they did up against Censor and Co. by a margin of 1 round. But to properly dissect this game, we're going to hand it over to Shane, Thor, and Reform.
Thank you very much, Kamika, for that introduction. Yeah, that Search and Destroy, I mean, it went pretty much the way that me and Shane predicted. The side of Team War. Granted, it wasn't that easy. They did end up winning 6-4, and Money is Serious did put up a great fight. We saw some rounds of brilliance from them seep through. Ultimately, in the end, it was Team War that did come out with the W on top for that map.
Yeah, I mean, it was a pretty back and forth map to start off, at least the first couple rounds. And I think there was plenty of rounds where they could have got back into it. But again, like I said, Team War, they're just very disciplined, a very structured team. You're really going to have to be the team making the mistakes, capitalizing on just making great plays because they aren't going to make too many mistakes. So really going to have some standout performances in this control if they want to win it. Looking towards Siski, Teskey, kind of their streaky players to step it up here. Yeah, but we'll see what happens. Obviously, again, this is Team War's the better seed, so they did pick the control. So, I mean, again, they're likely favored on this map as well. We saw what Siski, Teskey, and them can do on a Tuscan. We haven't seen them play a Gavutu yet. But they did play the hard point somewhat close, so definitely interested to see how this goes. Hopefully not a 3-0. I think this will definitely go down to a 3-1 or 3-2 here. But again, got to pick Team War on this. This is their map pick, and they're definitely the better team coming in.
Yeah, I definitely think Team War is going to take this control here. Like you said, it was their map pick. And secondly, you know, just judging off of that first map, it did seem like Team War was the stronger respawn team. You know, we saw on their side Tom Gravity, who really had a monstrous game one. I'm looking at him to continue that momentum, carry forward, bring that slaying power into map 3. And on the side of Money and Sirius, you know, I'm still not seeing a lot. Still not seeing enough from them. You know, I would like to see more of them pick it up and maybe possibly stay alive in this map 3. But with that being said,
definitely gonna need to step it up.
Yeah, with that being said, we are loading up to our map here. We're gonna send it on over to our casters to start this next game.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, we are back with what could be the final round of the tournament for Money is Serious. Do or die once again. They've been in this position many times before and they've thrived in it, but will they be able to? Up against last tournament's runners-up in Team War. I'm joined for this by TG.
Yes, sir, indeed. And well, can Money is Serious get a map here, start to get something going? That is indeed the question for themselves. Team War looking to be a very, very good team, and honestly, I mean, it's not that you wouldn't expect that from them at all. I mean, you know the players, you know Pollux, you know Venom, Gravity, Jimbo, all phenomenal players, as they are going to be fighting to take a 3-0, and this control is really in their hands. Money Serious start to push on up, though. They're going to be on the attacking side, as Tay working around the right side of rocks, but not really able to make much of an advance to the side of Money is Serious.
This is tough. They've got Gravity up in their spawn, spawning them closer to death from everyone else on the team. But Money is Serious, when they get put in a position like that, they do tend to flail out at their opponents to get at least a couple of kills. But will they be able to get any more to keep themselves in this game? They've gone very far down, 7 kills, and they have not gotten a single tick. Coming around the back, though, is going to be Tay trying to catch all these players perfectly lined up. But luckily for Team War, Venom is wise to it and takes him down. No one even really there now, especially now that Teskey goes down. Gravity laying down the law with the automaton. And now nobody from Money is Serious will be able to get anywhere close to the contestant.
Yeah, with that, Team War takes that first round. Time limit being achieved, able to wear it on down. So with that, Team War going to the offensive side. With that, you also see the side of Money is Serious going to the defensive, defense. I flipped up some words there, didn't I? Team War is going to the offensive side, I guess. And yeah, Money Series going to the defensive side. It's really, can they respond in the same way that Team War was able to do so in the previous round?
Yeah, Team War going to be leaving that round with gaining a win and also without giving Siski a single kill. He's really getting close to getting that James Bond role we always talk about, 007 TG, but hopefully for him that is not going to be the case. Siski in the middle of the map, he's going to have a fight with Jimbo on his hands. He will be getting taken down. Some pretty big kill at that as Jimbo takes down another. Anyone that could potentially stop the A objective cap is now dead, so Team War can comfortably go in for a cap on it.
Yeah, Team War, they're going to be looking to suck up some of that time. They get the first tick on the A site. Second, starting to go a little bit, starting to maybe tick on up. There you go, Pollux. It's slow going. He's just going to be chilling around. The rest of the team really just going to be around him, just making sure that no one can really get on this hill. The second tick is going to be achieved, and Money is Serious now. They make a last-ditch effort here. Pollux, though, catches one. And for the side of Money is Serious, it comes down to really just catching the side of Team War off rotation, prevent them from getting the B site.
Yeah, now that Team War has gotten capture over this objective, they can do one of two things. They can go through the middle of the map and then try and when there are fights like that and cut their opponents off even more from getting to the next objective while they push from the front, or they can try and go for a flank. From this position, Pollux can do either one pretty comfortably, but he's just trying to figure out what his opponents are going to try and do. He's getting some good intel, and they kill the guy in the middle of the map, spawning them ever closer to the objective. Money is serious, from their knowledge of the game, should realize this, and now Littlefoot is trying to find the rat in their spawn, and does.
Yeah, meanwhile, Jimbo at the top. Able to catch one, just going to be chilling, keeping this top ring control. Very, very crucial for Team War if they're really going to be looking to mount an offensive push. Teskey going to be just chilling on that objective, though, number 6 on that left side of the beach. Also looking overhead is Team War just slowly waiting to get some picks, I think, waiting to find an opening to push on up. Because Money Series, they are not moving, they are not budging.
Well, they've got a minute and some change to find that entry, TG. They're going to try and use Venom to get that, but unfortunately he's going to be getting a little bit taken down. They do get it, on the other hand, from Littlefoot as he kills Sizky, and Tay making himself a little bit too apparent to Jimbo, but doesn't seem like enough for them to try and push into the objective. And while they're waiting on this, TG, we've got Sizky coming in for a flank.
Yes, sir, and right now, yeah, Sizky going to be at the top, going to be able to catch Venom. Now his attention turns to the front, tries to take gunfight against Pollux, but Pollux, usually the one that comes out on top, starts to make that advance, but he's going to be met with Teskey, the player, to try and make something happen, try and keep some pressure going. But the kills are there, and Sizky, can he find this kill? He can, pushing on up though. He's going to get caught. Team War, they're all around this point. Money is serious. They have 3 lives remaining.
They can still do this though, TG. Team War are going to be a little bit hampered down before making their next attack, so time is going to run a little bit short on them. Money is serious. They got 2 people left, but Team War still have to be very careful and approach this with caution. If they lose too many people with the amount of time left, they can still lose this game. Sizky's just got to get a good kill at a good time, but Pollux, he's putting him off of it. Time is going to be stopped and no longer going to be a factor. They can go in for the kill on Tay, but he is going to be, eventually going down from Team War. That was very well executed, pretty much expert level, as you would expect from a professional.
Yeah, I like Pollux. He was just able to slide on. He didn't really try and advance too much further on that hill than he really needed to, allowing the rest of the team to just say, hey, we got the time stopped. There really is no fear. You know, the money series need to be around this objective. They need to try and get me off of it. So you guys just run forward, take them on out, and we are chilling. And with that, they have a 2-round lead now. They're up 2-0 so far. They are going to be on the defense now. We saw what they could do last time around. It's really on Money is Serious to get something going, to start to prove that they can really make a dent into Team War's defense here.
Yeah, I'm starting to get a little bit nervous for Money is Serious. If I wasn't already, I definitely am now.
Yeah,
They're getting really, really thwacked right now by Team War. Pollux able to go right up behind him and punch him. How are you letting that happen? It's very clear that something is wrong with Money is Serious right now, TG. They're starting to lose the plot, and Team War, they're getting more aggressive, whereas Money is Serious is starting to shy away from the battles. Team War has definitely gotten in their heads.
Yeah, I mean, you see Pollux, he's just chilling. You know, he's just running around pretty much getting any kill that he can. And, well, there you go. Find 7. That is going to be the glide now achieved. He's still going to be up. The rest of Team War, I mean, they have 5 lives. Money is Serious. They're going to be at 21 at the moment. And for right now, I mean, it is a very, very tough situation. Money is Serious don't have any control over A. There's only 30 seconds left. Something needs to happen. And Team War, they're not letting it.
Pure pain right now for Money is Serious, but I mean, hey, they do stop the clock and they get onto objectives, dividing the attention of Team War. But I mean, they're doing pretty good despite this, and Gravity all by himself taking down the B portion of their opponents. But Money is Serious has gotten too far into A and killed the 2 impending players. Now Gravity, deciding to let his teammates try and reform for an attack on A, is going to try and cut off their final player, Sizky, and kill him as many times as possible, as well as any players that his teammates might kill.
And Gravity's just chilling on the fence, saying, hey, do we win this now, or maybe we save it till later? But right now, the A zone, the time is gonna be stopped, and there you go, an extra minute on the clock, but lives are tied up 14-14, Team War. Can they hold off Money is Serious? They look to make a little bit of a comeback happen. Venom with the AR in hand, sees Littlefoot. Does not quite get that kill, but you know what? If you're just chilling by this rock, that's perfectly fine. Just prevent Money is Serious from being able to advance any further.
So got plenty of time though. Money is serious and not a lot of lives for both sides. So Team War, they got to be at least somewhat careful about the trees that they do get, because they will run out of lives mathematically first. But Jimbo making himself not a part of that equation, taking down another one. So the life advantage for Money is Serious is dwindling, as is their time, TG. Pollock's going to get a little bit shot upside the head by Siski, and getting up close and personal. Siski as well, completely evading the lines of sight of Team War, and now they're in on the objective. This could be Money is Serious finally taking a round on the attack.
And Teski trying to slide on in, but with that, the wave of kills goes the way of Team War. Last one up is going to be Tay, but so far away. What impact can you have? 20 seconds left. They have to touch the hill. 7 lives to 4. Money is Serious have the man advantage, but Team War, they have the control. They have the positions covered, but Tay working his way around. There's going to be
right through the both.
Yeah, he gets through the backside. He finds Paul X. There's going to be another one on the objective, and Tay, he's going to be pushing it up. His teammates are able to get that kill. Gravity left alone with Venom in a 2v4 situation. By the time it does stop, it hit 0.
It was so close.
Team War able to hold on, and with that, they take the round, they take the map, they take this series.
Dude, as soon as I saw Tay go right through the both of the defending players, I'm like, this is gonna be a round for Money is Serious, but clearly not. They were, despite the fact that he was able to kill both those players, none of his teammates were close enough to hop onto the hill, and as soon as one did, he wasn't able to get firmly away from the remaining players in time and keep himself alive for the remaining players to hop onto the objective. It was a winnable round, although things needed to go right at very key moments, and it just did not. So that's the major thing. Did not do the right thing in the right moments. That's pretty much all I have to say about that. Go ahead and break it down, Shane, and Reform.
Thank you very much, Comica. And yeah, I mean, that series, it was all Team War, you know. Really, it's really sad to see Money Serious. They come off of a big round 4 win. Unfortunately, they weren't able to show that same presence in the round 5, and you know, it was very quick control. Shane, what do you think?
Yeah, I mean, I think the skill gap on this game, at least at this point, heavily favors control for the higher teams. I mean, even I haven't played the game in a week. I hopped on the cup today, and I don't think I've ever lost a map as bad as I lost the control. So I think the teams that are practicing this game daily and getting the best scrims definitely have the bigger skill gap in the control, because it's a newer mode. So yeah, just real dominance there from Team War. I mean, Littlefoot had a really good map. Siski actually had some really good objective kills. I think he led the lobby in objective kills, but it just wasn't enough to pull a round out. And yeah, Team War, just a very dominant series.
Yeah, I mean, Team War. You know, there's not really much to say. They just looked like the more practiced team, the better team overall. It really, I mean, there really isn't much to break down. You know, Team War was just superior to Money is Serious in that series. So, you know, with that being said, I do want to wrap it up. This is gonna be the end of the stream here. That's gonna be all for us. I do just want to announce one more time our E-Zone New York LAN that's taking place March 26th or 27th. You know, if you guys still haven't got your passes yet, passes are still available online at the bottom right-hand corner, esportszonemedia.com/nylan. Like I said, it's going to be a $4,000 prize pool, a $1,000 guaranteed 2v2 search and destroy LAN. We're going to be giving away a free PS5 courtesy of the Gamers Club. Yeah, there's going to be a lot more surprises there, and maybe some surprises. With that being said, going to send it back over to our casters so they could bid us farewell.
Thanks again, Reform. But yeah, ladies and gentlemen, to round things out for tonight, I want to give a nice shout out to our sponsors one last time. That's Chicago Knights and TNL Gaming for helping us put the stream on. It really does help out a lot. So go ahead and give them some love. And as Reform said, go ahead and get your team passes today for the LAN. There's a lot of stuff on the line, money as well as other prizes that are being provided by sponsors. So go ahead and go to www.esportszonemedia.com and get your pass today if you want to be involved in that. And yeah, TG, that's going to conclude our coverage today of the community stream of the Challengers CDL Cup number 6. And so, anything you want to say in closing?
I mean, not really a whole lot, honestly, as well. I mean, very, very good games. Thank you for everyone tuning on in. Definitely some phenomenal games. This one was a 3-0 still, but in the very end for this matchup at the very least. But it was still a good matchup. You saw some great Call of Duty being played, and that's what this is all about. But you know what? I will say this one more with one little thing, a little bit of a self plug here. But if you want to see more, feel free to follow Ezone Media on Twitter and also on Twitch as well. But if you want to catch me or myself or Comica Cast as well, you can follow us as well. My Twitter is going to be at that one guy TG if you want. That's with the number one, not spelled down out like the way you'd say one.
Yeah, and as for me, it's comica_18. But yeah, give all the love to Ezone Media as well as all of the players that have played so far, especially the ones that had us on. We cannot thank you enough for letting us